Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to the live watch-along between Holland and Morocco in the World Cup, last 32, guys. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for joining me this very early morning, 4:55, where I am in the morning, guys. Hope everyone is good. Hope everyone is fine. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. You absolute legends, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to smash a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe, put all your notifications on, all that jazz. It'd be absolutely fantastic if you could do that for me. Nate sides have been announced on his very eventful evening in regards to football. Germany are knocked out of the World Cup by Paraguay on penalties, guys. Can you believe it? It's all we're talking about football. You just never know, do you? You just never know. Germany have been knocked out of the World Cup. They will not be the world champions this year, guys. Absolutely not. I hope everyone's doing good. Thank you, guys. Before I start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, all that jazz would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everyone who stayed up with me, of course, guys, and, watching this game, everything. Let's get into the lineups real quickly, if you don't mind. So let me just start off with the two lineups here. So we've got, firstly, the Dutch side. They're playing a 3-4-2-1 today. Is Verbruggen, Heke of Spurs now, Van Dijk of Liverpool, Ake, of course, of Man City. You've got Dumfries of Inter Milan, Gravenberch of Liverpool, De Jong of Barcelona, Van der Ven of Spurs, Gakpo of Liverpool, Somerville of West Ham, Broby of Sunderland, guys. In regards to Bono, in regards to Morocco, Bono is in goal. Yes, Bono, not the singer. Bawadi, of course, we're keeping a close eye. He's in the midfield today. We're keeping a close eye on him. Also, keep an eye on Brahim Diaz, of course, the Real Madrid player. Mazraoui, the Manchester United player, is playing at left back again. So that should be very, very interesting to see, obviously, in regards to the Man United interest, considering that we're interested in Bawadi and Mazraoui is playing for us today. Also, Amrabat is on the bench for Morocco as well, guys. Absolutely. Netherlands have scored 10 goals in 3 World Cup group matches. So they are very, very good at scoring at the moment, guys. Morocco have conceded in 2 of their 3 matches, despite an R31. Morocco conceded in 2 of 3 group matches, despite their 31-match unbeaten run as well. So, very, very good matchup, in my opinion. Should be a big game. I'm going for a prediction of 2-1 to Morocco today. That is my prediction. Let me know what your scores are going to be. Let me know what your you feel the game is going to go like. Let me know, guys. It'd be great to hear your thoughts about it, guys. Absolutely. But that's the lineups. In regards to the substitutions, guys, we've got Flecken in goal, Roas, the third goalkeeper, Hatto of Chelsea, Geertruida, Weifer, Kluivert, of course, of who's Bournemouth, Deroon, Timber, Cooper Reinders of City, Marlin of Roma, Till, Depay, Lang, and Weghorst, who used to play for Man United as well. A lot of Man United interest in this team as well. Tagnuti in goal, Munir, Salah Eddin, defender, Sardan, defender, Halal, Belamari, Uwadi, Morabat, Amrabat, Spy, Kabi. They got and we're going to call him Ayube. And we've got Taibi, Yassin, and Raimi in basically the team for Morocco. Absolutely, head to head here. So yeah, Morocco. The last 2 matches, Morocco won them. The last match was in 2017 between Morocco and Holland here. And Netherlands coming out 2-1 winners. Before that was 1994. They haven't played each other a lot, to be fair, over the years, guys. Absolutely not. They haven't played it. So whoever wins this game has the right to play Canada in the last 16, guys. Paraguay are through, of course, to play either France or Sweden, guys. France or Sweden. So Paraguay, I would probably say that France are in the quarterfinal. I'm not going to be out of order, but I probably would say that. I don't think anyone's going to beat France in that little section right there. And then we obviously, Morocco got the chance to play Canada, which won't be an easy game, guys. Canada, of course, have played incredibly well during this tournament. That is who they will play, of course. So that is the lineups, and that is the situation at the moment, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, guys, aboard. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone is good. Thank you for joining me. Ephraim says 2-1. Big up, Ephraim. Hope you're doing well. 2-1 says Ephraim. Hope you're well. Good to see you in the stream. Big up everyone who's joined me today, this very early morning where I am, guys. Don't forget, it's 5 in the morning where I am. Of course, the games are very early and we have to be very, very mellow, of course, during these games early in the morning, of course, because they are so early. Let me turn on my other light. There you go. That's better. That is better. Yep, 2-1 for me. 2-1 to Morocco for me. That's what I'm going for. Let me know what your scores and get your scores in, guys. Let me know what your scores are going to be. Getting back to kick off. Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico. Looks lovely, doesn't it? It looks lovely. It looks a picture. It really does. It looks lovely. Monterrey, Mexico. Absolutely lovely stuff. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, everyone who's joined me so far today. For this watch along, Holland against Morocco here. Morocco playing in white, of course. Holland are playing in orange. Yeah, I'm shocked with Germany are out, mate. Germany lost to Paraguay on penalties after a 1-1 draw. This is what we're talking about, isn't it? This World Cup is so unpredictable. I did say at the beginning of the World Cup, I said this is one of the most confusing World Cups I've ever seen because I can't predict it. I really can't. Imagine all we need now is Cape Verde to beat Argentina. That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Definitely. Yeah. We need a nice, easy path for England. That's what we need. Definitely. Definitely need a nice England path for England. Yeah. Bigger everyone, of course. Holland kicking off from left to right here. Of course, Holland never won the World Cup. Probably the biggest team never to win the World Cup is Holland. They're probably the biggest team ever. It used to be Spain, not anymore. Now it's Holland. I do believe it's Holland who the biggest team never to win the World Cup. Unfortunate though. Their best team should have won it, definitely with Johan Cruyff and people like that. They should have definitely won the World Cup, absolutely. Never did, and here we are. Still in 2026, never won it. They got to the final last time. Was it 2010? That was a very sinister final, to be honest. A very sinister final back in 2010. They played the game to hurt Spain, didn't they? Basically, that's what they did. They played the game to hurt Spain. Yeah, absolutely. And big up everyone in the stream. Don't forget, we've got a long day of football. Don't forget, guys. Lots of things coming up today. And we've got Ivory Coast against Norway today as well, which should be a good game. Big up, Hussein. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Very early where I am, Hussein. Very early. It's 5 in the morning. Cheers. Got my coffee at the ready. Coffee's a weapon, isn't it? Without coffee, goodness me, don't know if I can do this. Goodness me. Holland playing very well so far, containing the game, really. Morocco obviously haven't really had a touch of the ball at the moment. Everyone's getting a touch of the ball for Holland right now. Holland, who have surprised me, I'll be honest with you, because I watched Holland in the pre-season before the World Cup, and I thought they were a little bit disappointing. They weren't playing good football. I remember them drawing with Uzbekistan, and I was like, "Oh, are Holland that good?" And stuff. And they've done very well this tournament so far. Really have. As I said, it's all about what happens on the tournament, isn't it? Isn't it on the tournament day? I do feel on this side of the draw that France are going to France in regards to the Paraguay group and Germany. France will go to the quarterfinal, in my opinion. Paraguay in the next round, and then a quarterfinal. We need to get to that last 8, man. We need to get to that last 8. That's when things are going to get tasty. Yeah, definitely. But Paraguay, fair play to them. It reminds me of 1998. Let's not forget 1998, wasn't it? Didn't they do quite well? They lost in a golden goal to France way back when. Of course, as cross comes in from Holland, cleared away, guys. Cleared away by Holland. The corner came in, and it's cleared away. It's going to be a throw into Morocco, guys. Throw into Morocco here. Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well on this Tuesday morning where I am, or evening where you are. Of course, it is evening. Wherever you are in the world. Cheers. Long ball by Van Dijk there. Cleared away by Morocco. Owe Bawadi. We're on Owe Bawadi watch today, by the way. We are on Owe Bawadi watch. We are watching him today quite attentively, guys. Absolutely. Van der Ven. Is it Van Heck or is it Van der Ven on the floor? Injured. No, he's up. He's up. He's up there, the number 15. Yeah, so obviously, whoever wins this game will play Canada in the next round. Canada defeating South Africa 1-0. Morocco or Holland will play Canada in the last 16 on July the 4th, guys. That should be an interesting game. That one. Now that's when Canada start playing some proper teams. You know what I mean? That's when they get to there. That's when you start getting, oh, do you know what I mean? Very, very difficult, guys. Today also we got Norway. Of course, Norway who against is it Norway against Ivory Coast today, and they have the right to play Brazil in the next round. Wolf. To be fair, Brazil obviously knocked out Japan yesterday. I felt Japan disappointed me this tournament, to be honest with you, especially against Brazil. I didn't think Brazil played particularly well. I just felt like Japan sat back and they weren't brave enough, in my opinion. I felt they needed to be a little bit more brave. They needed to go for the game, not just play for the draw, sort of like haram ball sort of thing, wasn't it? They're just playing for the draw and stuff. And that was my biggest criticism about it. I felt that Japan could have done a little bit more, in regards to that. But yeah, they're not through, and Ivory Coast have the right to play. Ivory Coast or Norway have a game to play Brazil in the last 16. Big game, that one. Yeah, two of the dark horses. Sal, which Holland side is the best for you? For me, in my lifetime, what I've seen, 1998, probably around that time when they had Jaap Stam, Frank de Boer, Ronald de Boer, Koku. They had the whole works there, didn't they? Kluivert, Bergkamp. Back in them days, Overmars. It was a very, very good team. That one there, Reiziger, they had obviously a great team. Van der Sar in goal. I think that was a very good team. However, you can go back to the 80s and the 70s and you could talk about Johan Cruyff and players like that, or you can go to about 2000 and 2001. You could talk about Van Nistelrooy and players of that ilk, But I think 1998, around that time, that they got to the World Cup. There's a chance for Holland, cleared away. They got to the World Cup semi-final, I believe, at that time. They defeated Argentina in the 98 World Cup. And I think that was probably the best all-round squad I've seen of Holland in my lifetime. However, they have had better sides. In the 70s and the 80s, they got to finals, but they never actually won anything. Even this team in the late 80s and 90s, when they had Ruud Gullit, of course, guys, Frank Reiziger, they had as well. They had a team like that as well. Van Basten was a good team. That team was, but I didn't see enough of that team. Right? I saw that tournament. It was a good team. But in what I can remember as an older lad, it was the 98 team, Hassan, any updates of Fernandes or United should put out an update from Jacobs, but I didn't see any tweets from him. No, I'm going to find out today, Hussein. I find out all the latest news in the morning. It's a bit early where I am at the moment. It's only 5 in the morning. I make my phone calls about probably latest 8. I do my phone calls and then I put the thumbnail up. I find out what's going on. I will find out later on for you, definitely. But right now it's 5 in the morning and it's like was it like 2 in the morning in the UK? So obviously, everything is a little bit, recycled at the moment. But as I said, everything. I think Man United are going to sign him. I think they are. I think Man United are going to sign him. We kept consistent with that. Whilst everyone was saying that he was going to go to Spurs, I kept consistent saying that he's not going to go to Spurs. Spurs have put in an offer. They have put in an offer. They've put down the money. It doesn't mean he's going to sign for Spurs. He might not want to sign for Spurs. Now, obviously, if Man United don't come in with a proper offer, a counter offer that Spurs are, will get him. Man United have to come with an offer that West Ham accept and approve. But the Man United probably won't pay 80 million for him. I would say that right now. They probably won't pay 80 million. Saibri and Virgil van Dijk, of course. This referee was made famous by the speaker, wasn't he? At the first game. He refereed the first game, didn't he? Germany getting knocked out out is Eid for the Arabs after what they did in 2022. Yeah. I mean, I was shocked from Germany, to be honest, because I have not been impressed with Paraguay. Paraguay squeezed through the group. It's embarrassing for Germany to get knocked out against Paraguay. An absolute embarrassment. Really is. And you'll see why if France play Paraguay, France are going to dismantle them easily. And that's what I would say. Germany were an embarrassment, to be honest with you. Really were, especially the last couple of games. They've been a very, very big disappointment for me, to be honest with you guys. Very big disappointment. Yeah, it should be a big update from on in this week. There should be. We'll have to wait and see. The thing is, we can't dwell and start thinking about it all the time because at the moment it doesn't change anything, isn't it? We are what we are. We're Man United. We're owned by who we're owned by, and we just have to wait and see. One thing's for certain: the fiscal year, the financial year, is open tomorrow. So there are no excuses now. There are no hiding places in regards to this. Definitely not. I know a lot of people are going to make excuses. Absolutely. Thanks, Hussein. Thanks for reminding me, bro. What's the time? 9 minutes. Yeah. He said, yeah. There you go. Yeah. So definitely. Let me say that. Yeah, it's too early in the morning. It's too early in the morning, isn't it? Thanks, guys. Blessings to you all. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, some of these games are kicking off this like this. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. This looks like a scrappy game so far. Diop with the foul. Broby's not happy about that. Let me have a look at this. Oh, that's a tough challenge there. That is a tough challenge on Diop. Oh, well, they were both going in at 50-50. They were both going in for it 50-50. Oh, that was a tough challenge. It was a tough challenge, definitely. Big up everyone this morning. Well, I am, guys, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining me today. Appreciate it. Of course, in the UK, it's very early in the UK, isn't it? Right now, it's 2 in the morning, isn't it, guys? Here it is 5. He's not. It's just these things are crazy. These things are crazy. It's just they're doing that by purpose to create a little bit of hysteria. They're showing the same image of him at the same place. That's what they're doing. I've seen it. And look at the background. They're just crazy. They're trying to make up these things to try and add a little bit of interest. To be honest with you, because I'll be honest with you, in my personal opinion, a lot of the tournament it's not been great, but it's not been the best World Cup I've seen. I think 2022 was better. So they're making excuses and stuff like that. So they're trying to make these little stories and fantasies up about things. Um, FM England game will be interesting. England will win that, mate. If they don't win that, then what's the point? One thing I'll say about Congo, very, very defensive side. So it's going to be a bit like the Ghana game. Congo are very defensive. England should beat them. They did draw against Portugal, of course, but they're not a team that are going to come and play. They're a team that's going to sit back. And there's been a lot of teams in this tournament so far that have done that. That have just sat back. And look at Japan yesterday. Japan, were too defensive for me. I felt they sat back. I felt they weren't brave enough. And then they invited Brazil onto them. And I don't think Brazil were playing particularly well either. They invited them on, which was, a big mistake in my opinion, because I felt like Japan could have done better than that. But the game against Congo tomorrow, I see England winning 2-0 with that game. I could see England winning 2-0. It won't be easy. It won't be pretty, but I think England will win. Yeah, I think England will win. I think this referee is a bit of a main character syndrome. I don't like this referee. I'll be honest, guys. He seems like a lot of these referees seem like a bit of main character syndrome. They want to be the main character of the game. It does seem a little bit frustrating with them. But this guy is like panic, panic, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. It's just get on with it, mate. Just get on with it. Stop stopping the game every 5 minutes. The game gets stopped enough with those hydration breaks and that, let alone, you know what I mean, stuff like that. You know what I mean, we need the game to flow. We need the game to flow, don't we? Definitely, we need the game to flow. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Thank you, everyone who's joined me so far for this watch along. Really appreciate it. So far, it's a very scrappy affair. Nobody's really taking hold of the game. Both teams are kind of feeling each other out in a way, like sort of just it's like a bit very cautionary start to the game. It's physical, and I mean, I can see cards in this game right now, but yeah, it is a very very tentative start from from both teams. Obviously, Holland are keeping the possession, Netherlands are keeping the possession, then and this you know playing a very slow paced kind of game, walking pace sometimes. Yeah, that obviously that's frustrating, but it is walking pace sometimes, definitely. Just a reminder, guys, that Brazil defeated Japan by 2 goals to 1 to go through to the last 16. And Germany lost to Paraguay on penalties after a 1-1 draw, guys. So there you go. That was the score there. Guys, that was the score there. He needs to drop one of them, Ephraim. Yeah, he needs to be more brave. I think Anderson and Rice is too similar. I think you've got to play Mainu. People want to deny it. People want to, try and underrate Mainu, but I think that's what they need to do. I think they do. I think they need that guy who can keep the ball and have those little intricate passes and has a little bit of a technical ability. Do you know what I mean? I would say, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah. I think they need to do that. Well, majority of the possession has been with Holland so far. Here, long ball here, coming here. It's a chance for Holland in the box. It's going to be a goal. It's cleared by Morocco. It's a big chance for Holland there. It was Somerville who got in the behind, but it was a good clearance from Diop in the end. Was it offside? I'm not sure, but it was a big chance for Holland, definitely. Goodness me, was he offside? Let's have a look. Yeah, may have been just offside there. Just went a little bit too early. Looking at the lines of the pitch, he may have been just offside. I was looking at the Moroccan defense. Moroccan defense looked like mad. They looked sixes and sevens. My goodness, so it was Somerville who got in there. It was a poor touch in the end from Somerville, but then well cleared by Diop in the Moroccan defense. There you go. Still 0-0, guys, after 16 minutes. Yeah. Nearly scored. It was offside, Ephraim. It was offside. It was offside. So yeah. Long ball from the keeper. So where are we today? So tomorrow we've got Mexico, Ecuador. So yeah, Mexico, Ecuador tomorrow. Then we've got England against Congo, France against Sweden. I really do expect France to beat Sweden. I haven't been impressed with Sweden at all. France against Sweden tomorrow. Obviously tonight it's Ivory Coast against Norway, which is a difficult game for Norway. Ivory Coast are one of my dark horses. They are one of the teams to look out for, in my opinion. Definitely. Is Norway and Ivory Coast. It's gonna be a tight game, that one. Yeah, we'll be watching that one. Do the watch along for that one. 100%. Broby's spending more time on the floor today than actually trying to score goals. What's he doing? He's holding his leg. Yeah, he's spending more time on the floor today. Can I be honest, Hassan? It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter what we say. It doesn't matter what we think. We just have to wait and see what happens. I'm going to find out the news today. All that matters right now is that nothing is agreed. Nothing. At the end of the day, if we keep thinking about it and letting it play on our mind, it's going to drive you crazy. Trust me. I would say just wait and let's see what happens with Hussein, because at the moment I'm not thinking anything, especially with Ineos around. I don't trust them, and yeah. Later on today on Breaking Dawn, as I always do, I break the latest news and I will find out from the football club what's happening, and see what's going on. Of course, tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow is the financial year, the reset and stuff. So There's no excuses for those accountants, part-time accountants, isn't it? No excuses. Definitely not. Morocco got a corner here. First corner, first real attack I've seen of them so far today. They got a corner. Cross comes in. Header. Wow, great save. Great save for Van Bruggen. It was almost 1-0 to Morocco. That was a good save. Chance again and over the bar. No, they won't finish. This is the financial year starts tomorrow. They haven't even completed one deal yet, Hussein. They haven't completed the Edison deal yet. The Edison deal's not signed and official yet. Believe that. See? They've concluded no deals so far. We used to get them done early. Back when we were a football club, not a commercial business. You know, here come Holland again. That's the free kick to Morocco, isn't it? No. Oh, another great save from Verbruggen there. Morocco have got back into this game. Hakimi with the strike. Good save twice, though, from Verbruggen. Verbruggen has actually made 2 massive saves so far. 2 massive saves. You know? Just wait up a second. Yeah, so Morocco are getting back into the game now. Better than they did how they started the game. Didn't start the game too well. They didn't start the game too well, but they are getting back in. Here they come on the right-hand side. Cross comes in. And so it's overcooked. It's overcooked there. Yeah, I actually think, again, like what I would say about this game, I think Morocco are better than they think, and they need to believe in themselves and play football. Because I actually think they can beat Holland. I said it, I predicted. I actually think they can beat Holland today. I said 2-1 to Morocco. There's a good save from Verbruggen, a couple of good saves from Verbruggen there. The Brighton and Hove Albion goalkeeper. We've got an hydration break here, guys. In Monterrey, Mexico, we got a hydration break here, ruining the game. This thing, honest to God, this bloody hydration break, malarkey. I can't wait to see the back of it. To be honest with you, I can't wait to see the back of this hydration break. It's so exhausting. You know, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Big up everyone in the stream, though. Thank you so much. We're in a hydration break. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, guys. And smash a like on the video if you guys could do that. Be absolutely fantastic. I think that Mexico are playing tomorrow, isn't it? They're playing with England, isn't it? So Mexico is. I mean, Mexico against England, last 16 tie. It's a tough one for England, definitely. Yeah, it's a physical game so far. What we're seeing in this game, nothing in regards to anything other than that. Yeah, it's a big battle there between Broby. Broby's going to have a tough game today. Definitely, he's getting the physical end of everything. The referee needs to control the game, though. This referee seems a bit chaos. I mean, seems a bit chaosy, if you know what I mean. And this referee, but yeah, this we got a hydration break here, just waiting for the game to restart. Of course, yeah, it just doesn't fit with football. This thing does it at the end of the day. But yeah, just waiting here for the. Yeah, look. Basically, it's not a hydration break. They're just there to do tactics. Look at the manager. Like this World Cup, I could see. I hope that Argentina get knocked out next against Cape Verde. It's never going to happen, but I hope they get knocked out. This is why I think there'll be a surprise. There may be a surprise in this World Cup this time. There may be. You never know. I mean, I hope so. Hope so. I think like you can't look any further than France and Spain for this tournament. I think once France play, for example, Argentina, France will get their revenge on Argentina and do what they should have done to them in 2022 if there's no cheating, of course. Right, we're ready to go now. For this, for this, I don't know what you call it now, isn't it? Second period or whatever. Now with this hydration break, because that's basically what it is. They're trying to cut the game up into 4 periods, isn't it? It just ruins the momentum, you know. Yeah, one like sooner or later, what's going to happen is that player will get injured because obviously when you stop starting football, it's very easy to get injured like that when you stop and start running again. Anyway, throwing for Holland. They're coming forward here. Morocco well cleared. Morocco have been probably the most impressive team so far for me in the World Cup out of all the teams. So this is why I think Morocco should try and play football. It's like what Japan didn't try to play. Japan just tried to sit back and wait for like a draw and penalties. I don't think that's how you should play football. And yeah, Brazil punished them for that yesterday. You know, they just sat back, 10 men behind the ball, and just hoped that to get a draw out of the game. And yeah, but just to recap, guys, Germany are out of the World Cup. They lost to Paraguay on penalties, guys. Can you believe that? They lost to Paraguay. Germany are out already in the last 32. There you go. Havertz equalized in Cisso's opening goal. And yeah, they'll be going home. And it's between Sweden and France to play Paraguay in the last 16. There you go. If Sweden beat France, I'd be extremely surprised. I have not been I have not been impressed with Sweden at all. Definitely. But yeah, Danny B, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is good. Yeah, this game is very stop-start at the moment, very scrappy. I mean, we've seen a few games like this with Holland, haven't we? Scrappy, notably the World Cup final in 2010. Who remembers that game? Yeah, this game is a little bit, it's not really got to life yet. I mean, there's been a couple of chances here and there for Morocco, but nothing much. Yeah, they have to be careful of the physicality, Morocco, obviously. No. Holland are trying to get an elbow, but they're not going to get it. Referee says, no, nothing going, you know. Their road to the semi-final is pathetic. All teams could face tough teams except them. Yeah, it's too much of a coincidence, Hassan. You know, it's a joke. I've already cancelled out the last 16 and the last 32 for Argentina. I already concluded they're going to be in a quarterfinal. I already know it. I'd be extremely surprised. They will dismantle Cape Verde. There's no point. They would dismantle Cape Verde. Whether they win in 90 minutes, 120, they will beat them. You know, at the end. I don't know why teams have been struggling against Cape Verde. Just put at the end of the day. Ecuador beat them quite easily. I think it was Ecuador. Chance of Morocco, good cross. It's going to be a throw-in. Morocco getting into some good positions here in this game. Getting those crosses in. Cheers, guys, everyone. Hope you're well. Don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. If you could do that, that'd be fantastic. Thank you, peeps. Big up everyone. Big up the community. and everyone is here. Mexico record in their record. Yeah, it's amazing. But there's a point yesterday that I made. Who have they played in that ground? You know, you have to ask yourself that question as well. Who have Mexico played in that ground? You know, they don't really play. They don't really go and play Portugal and Spain and players like teams like that, do they? You know, they probably play like CONCACAF teams and things like that. And that's what you have to say as well. Do you know what I mean? The only difficult games they probably play is the USA. And is that really difficult? That's one thing I will say. But in the world, Mexico never won a World Cup. So what you have to say is that in this tournament, you're going to have to win games that are going to be a little bit tricky, difficult, you know. And if you want to be world champions, you know, you're going to have to obviously play these sort of games that are going to be difficult environments and things like that, you know. And yeah, 100%. Paraguay avoided the biggest bottle job in history in the shootout. Why was it a bottle job? Why would it be a bottle job? Because Germany should be beating Paraguay. I know that. That's a crazy. Here come Morocco. Morocco, no, losing the ball. Hey, Marky, you legend. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Hope you had a great evening. Wherever, I mean, I don't know what the time is where you are. Hope you had a great evening. It's very early in the morning for me today. Hey, Sal, the community, big up, my friend. How are you, my friend? I'm very well. Paraguay knocking out Germany. Now Morocco is looking dangerous. Big up, Sal. Yeah, this could be the year of the upset. You know, maybe a team that we don't expect to win the World Cup, hopefully. You know what I mean? I would like that. It'd be great if someone like Morocco can do something amazing. It'd be great if they can do something incredible, you know. Big up Ephraim, of course, all day long. Big up Marky Mark. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Really appreciate everyone who's joining me today. We're half an hour gone, guys. Still 0-0 between Morocco and Holland in this game. They had 2 chances to win the shootout, but they missed. Really? I didn't see the shootout, Hassan. I'll be honest, I was asleep. But so they had 2 golden chances to win the tournament, to win the tie. And they missed them both, and they still got through. Germany, surprising for Germany. Germany usually very efficient at penalties. I would have thought that Germany would have won the penalty shootout, especially with the goalkeeper they got and everything like that, the experience that they've got. Isn't it? You know, it's quite surprising to me that Germany lost that. You know, it really is. I'll be honest. Yeah. But as we stand, guys, it's 0-0 between Holland and Morocco. Is this going to be the second of 2 games to be extra time? 9:32 p.m. there, Marky Mark. There you go. It is 5 in the morning where I am. 5 in the morning. 5:33 where I am. Big up, Marky Mark. Yeah, was up at 4 in the morning doing this, doing the graphics and everything like that. So yeah. Fun, good experience, man. I've got to embrace it, haven't you? It was, yeah, it's not easy. Definitely not. I can't, and the problem is, right, like with me, right, I'm very energetic when it comes to these streams, right? But when I do it in the morning, I can't because obviously people hear me, because I'm very loud, like bah, 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 bah. So I live in like a you know, next door neighbors and that might hear me and stuff. No, I mean, early in the morning. So I try my best to be as mellow as possible. And I can't do it. I don't know. I don't have I don't have a thing that I can just turn down. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Tar did the Gabriel thing and sent the ball to Gabriel's Gabriel's never going to live that down. You know, that's going to be forever in the folklore. Like, you remember when Roberto Baggio missed for Italy in 1994? This is even worse. That Gabriel miss against PSG will live forever. It will just live forever, you know, or Gabriel's kicking that ball into the crowd. Yeah. The funny thing about that game is that Arsenal played for the penalties, you know, and they didn't win it. If you're going to play for penalties, make sure you win the bloody penalty shootout. That's all I'm saying. You know, they had less possession than Cape Verde against Spain, wasn't it, or something like that? Here come Holland. I mean, how can you be in the Champions League final, right, and play like that? You know, I don't understand it. You know, you go to the Champions League final and you play like you're a third division side. Here come Holland. Did you know this year there have been a few games with Paris Saint-Germain that they've been knocked out of the tournaments? They've been knocked out of the Coupe de France by Paris FC. You know, their greatest rivals. Well, not their greatest rivals, but the poor team in Paris, Paris FC. The ex-Chelsea manager is just taking charge of Paris FC. What's the Chelsea's manager's name? I keep forgetting his name. The one who got sacked this season. He's taking charge of Paris FC. They knocked out Paris Saint-Germain this season in there. So yeah. Owa Bawadi is doing pretty well in that middle there. The number 6, of course, we're keeping an eye on him. Of course, linked to Manchester United as well. Good player. Wish we would have done a deal earlier for him. They're trying. I don't know what Holland are trying to do. They're trying to get like penalties and things like that. Holland are trying to do the dark arts of the game. That's what they're trying to do here, of course. Hussein, he little bit deserves it. He needs to be humbled. Yeah, he does. He's very arrogant. You know, I remember that meme where he's putting the thing in his pocket. You know, like he's got a player in his pocket and things like that. And he did it with Man United as well. You know, Arsenal need to be humbled in general. I think Arsenal will be humbled next season. I do. You know, I think they were very lucky that everyone didn't perform last season. And yeah, I think Arsenal's biggest chance to make European history was last season. I don't think they're going to win a Champions League. I said it in my life. I said, in my lifetime, I don't think Arsenal will ever win the Champions League. They came close a couple of times in my life. That's about it. But I just don't think the Champions League for them. You know, I just feel like there's some tournaments that are just not for certain teams. And that's it. You know, until they get over the line. And they didn't get over the line, did they? Stuff. You know. Somerville with a corner for Holland here. Van Dijk is up. Obviously, Van Dijk's a danger man from corners. Cross comes in. Good cross. Headed over the bar. And it's going to be another corner to Holland. Deflected of the Moroccan player. It's going to be another corner. Somerville taking good corners here. Of course, another one who's linked to Manchester United here. There is a lot of Man United influence in regards to Amrabat, of course, playing for Morocco. Of course, Mazraoui playing for Morocco as a left back, by the way. Again, Mazraoui playing as a left back for Morocco. You know, that's, you know, why don't we use Mazza as a left back? Why don't we use him? Cross comes in again. Cleared away. Every time I see Morocco, Mazraoui is playing as a left back. He never does. He never looks out of place. You know, always does pretty well. You know, it's just there you go. Got a play here for Holland. Is a little bit injured. He's a little bit injured here. It's gone down. Was it Ronald Koeman have one of the worst records in the Premier League when he was there? Then it was called out by Jose Mourinho. I remember it once, and he said he has the worst record in Premier League history or something like that. They're saying they are the only team considered big in their country, but don't have a Champions League. They are big in regards to fan base. They have a massive fan base, not only in England. They're one of the most supported teams in the world. If you go to Africa or wherever you go in Middle East, they're supported by loads of teams. But they are not Man United. They're not Real Madrid. They're not that kind of team until you win the Champions League. They are a well-supported football club. Did you know their algorithms in regards to YouTube and regards to social media is incredibly big. It's huge. You know, it's bigger than a lot of teams. But the fact is, they are the biggest team who haven't won the Champions League yet, and they're one of the. Basically, you can't class yourself as an elite team until you won the Champions League. It's as simple as that. I don't want to hear any gaslighting from Arsenal people, because until you win the Champions League, anyone can win the league. I mean, Leicester City won the league. You can have a fluky season and you can win the league, after 20 odd years. Anyone could do that, but to win the Champions League, the thing is, look, to be fair, last season they did all right, in the Champions League. Even though they played the worst football I've ever seen, and I didn't want to do any watch-alongs for them. I did not want to do a watch-along for Arsenal. I tried to avoid it like the plague, right? And they did well with the style of football that they played to get where they got, basically. They proved to everybody in Europe, right, that if you play haram ball, you may do well. And, if you throw away your principles, you may do well. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. However, when you get to the Champions League final in a neutral venue against PSG in front of millions around the world, this is your opportunity to shine, especially if you took the lead. And he took the lead, and it was your opportunity to, show PSG at that time, right? And how early they scored, to show them that, this is who we are. We're going to prove to you. And they didn't. They sat back. And they had one of the lowest percentage ball retention ever in the Champions League final. Probably the worst percentage of ball ever in the Champions League. I remember United in 1999, right? We were missing Roy Keane, we were missing Paul Scholes, and we had to put Beckham in the middle. We had to move Blomqvist to the left, and we had to move Ryan Giggs to the right. And as we know, Ryan Giggs was primarily left-footed, and he played on the right. We still had more possession than Arsenal. Against one of the greatest Bayern Munich teams in my lifetime. Do you know what I mean? Netherlands keep shifting managers between Koeman and Van Gaal. I've noticed that. It's a bit like Italian league, where the same managers keep managing the same clubs. I've noticed that. Holland need to move on. Holland need to move on to different managers. Newer breed of managers, if you know what I mean. You're right there, absolutely. I keep seeing, every time I see Dutch managers, I see obviously Van Gaal, and I see Ronald Koeman. Yeah, Ronald Koeman has been manager twice, has he? I think, something like that. Maybe it's time to give Ten Hag a chance, eh? Give Ten Hag a chance. Maybe we should do that. A big up, Greg. How you doing, fella? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, pal. Maybe you should give Ten Hag a chance as a Dutch manager. I don't rate Koeman as a manager. Had one of the worst records in Premier League history. I think when he managed Everton or something. Was it he managed Everton or something like that? Yeah, had one of the worst records in Premier League history. Way back when. And Jose Mourinho was bantering him at the time. I'll never forget it. It was funny. Jose Mourinho, what he's like. Yeah, he was bantering him at the time. Guys, we've got a few minutes to half time here. Big up everyone in the stream. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, I will be back as well for Breaking Dawn, guys, later on today with the latest Man United news. Of course, about 8 my time is when I get the news, hopefully. The last club who played underdogs, and it was the one, it was Chelsea, it was difficult to win by only defending. But at least Chelsea, Hassan, you can argue that Chelsea tried to get a chance. When they attack, they try to score. And obviously that was COVID year. Obviously it was different. It was different and stuff like that. But at least Chelsea had a more attack mind than Arsenal. Arsenal went plain. Have you ever seen that film? I think it's with was it Stiller, Ben Stiller, and it's about it's a comedy. It's a comedy. Chance for Holland shot over the bar, and he goes, "You went full retard. You went full retard." Not everyone. Like if you look at Sean Penn, half retard. Was a retard, blah blah blah. But they went full retard. Arsenal. They went full backs against the wall, defensive job, FA Cup third round, underdog mentality in a Champions League final. And that's not how you do it. You're meant to be one of the two elite in the world. Out of all the football teams in the world, you're meant to be one of the two elite teams. And you play like that, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace gave a demonstration how you play in a final in 2 European finals, and Aston Villa won and Crystal Palace won. You know, they gave a demonstration on how you should play. And let's not forget, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa haven't played European final. Crystal Palace never. Aston Villa haven't played European final for 40 years. And look what they did. You know, they went out there and they did themselves justice. Corner to Holland here. Lots of wrestling in the box here, guys. Punched away from the goalkeeper. It's going to be another corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick to Holland. Yeah, this referee is main character syndrome. He has main character syndrome. This referee wants to make a name for himself, definitely, before he leaves the tournament. It was a good punch from the goalkeeper. Well done from Bono. What a name. Bono. What a name. So 0-0 between Holland and Morocco. The last game, guys, went to extra time. Germany being defeated by Paraguay. Went 120 minutes and went all the way to penalties. Unbelievable. Well, thank God I didn't do that watch along, because I would have been up all night doing that watch. You know, we got 6 minutes of injury time, guys. 6 minutes of injury time in this game. 6 minutes of injury time. Because of obviously the hydration break, of course, guys. The hydration break is the injury time, isn't it, really? There we go. Cleared away by Holland again. I wouldn't be surprised. To be honest, to be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if this one goes to extra time and penalties. The way this game is going, I can honestly see something like that happening. I can honestly see this going to extra time and penalties. At the moment, nobody really is exerting themselves. That Jose team was brave going forward. Yeah. Well, Tuchel won the Champions League with Chelsea. You know, Tuchel won the Champions League with Chelsea, and give credit where credit is due. He won the Champions League. Arteta didn't win the Champions League. You know, you could say that about Tuchel. You know, that Tuchel's done it. You know, won the Champions League. You know, and I would liken the Champions League similar to the World Cup. But the only thing is, I rate Tuchel, but I think Tuchel has lost his mind this World Cup in regards to his squad selection. I think he's lost his mind. I think he's gone bonkers. I don't know what's happened, whether he's lost his marbles or whatever, but that squad selection was diabolical, to say the least. It was ridiculous. I mean, are you not doing your research? Like, you know, come on. Well, one back by Morocco. Morocco got a chance here. Oh, almost. Marky Mark, this hydration break is a joke. I played the Dallas Cup at 15 and it was hotter than this, and we didn't have a get hydration break. You know, Marky Mark, there should just be bottles on the side of the pitch. There is in the Premier League. You got bottles on the side of the pitch. If you're feeling like you need a drink, pick up one of the bottles and have a drink, and that's it. I don't know why you have to have 5 to 10 minutes of hydration break. This makes no sense. It's not hot like that. Exactly, Mark, what you said. You know, I think it's just like, it's an opportunity for adverts, commercials, and that's it. You know, great for the managers because they could do a little tactical breakdown, but bad for momentum of the game, in my opinion. But here come Morocco. That's a big foul there. No, it's coming back to Morocco. Morocco got an opportunity, and it's over. It was strike over the bar. I mean, I think he should have looked up, to be honest with you. I think he should have looked up there. Unuhi with the strike. It's way over the bar. It's a tight angle to shoot from there, to be honest with you. It wasn't a bad effort. I would give him that. But I thought that was a foul when he won the ball, but he took the man as well. And it's a hard angle to shoot from. You've got to keep that low if you're going to shoot from there. You've got to keep that sort of shot strike low. Definitely. Guys, you know what? If it's going to go to extra time, let it be in the morning, because it's in the morning for me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and So we got Breaking Dawn as well coming as well later on. So obviously we're going to have a busy morning. Of course, we've got Norway later on against Ivory Coast as well, guys. This weekend's going to be a little bit difficult for me. Obviously, I'm traveling. So I'll be probably missing a few games before I get back. Saturday will be probably null and void in regards to everything because I'll be in Italy, guys. So yeah, so that probably be null and void there. Hakimi's on the floor here. It's a free kick to Morocco. One thing I'll say about the referee, he's not really, he doesn't give out yellow cards. It's a good thing, to be honest with you. He's not really card happy, trigger happy with the yellow cards and things like that. It's one thing I'll say about the referee so far. He hasn't given out any. Has he given out any yellow cards yet? Let me have a look. I don't think he's given out any yellow cards. Nope, not one. Not one yellow card so far. Now, according to Index, Mazraoui is one of the top 2 best players on the pitch. There you go. And Mazraoui is playing at left back today. And he always plays at left back for Morocco. So I don't understand why United don't deploy him as a left back. Baffling, isn't it? Baffling. It's almost like we don't pay attention. There you go. Chance. Oh, my goodness me. How did he miss? It's nearly 1-0. I don't know how he missed there. You got to get in there quicker. He's too slow to react. He's too slow to react. If he got there a little bit quicker, that's 1-0 to Morocco. Goodness me. Yeah, it's no need to give yellow cards for needless things. Of course, dangerous challenges, yeah, but there's no need to give yellow cards. Like, yeah, I have always wondered that too. He is a really good left back. Yeah. Always plays left back for Morocco. Here come Holland. It's going to be back in the goalkeeper's hands. Morocco coming forward. Half time here, guys. 0-0 between Holland and Morocco. Another story of 2 teams that are cancelling each other out. Morocco have been slightly the better team, in my opinion, so far this game. They look more likely. Obviously, Holland started very well, not very well, but had the ascendancy with the possession. But Morocco have got into the game and they could be 1-0 up. They've had more opportunity for me in regards to the game. And Morocco are a dangerous side. And the longer the game goes on, the more likely it looks like it's going to be extra time, guys. As we speak, again, it would be 2 in a row, wouldn't it? We missed out on extra time yesterday, of course, with the win for Brazil, of course. Very disappointing from Japan. It was a very disappointing performance. Japan just sat back looking for that draw. That's what they did. They sat back looking for the draw, and I don't think that's how you should be playing football. Definitely not. You have to go for it, especially if you believe in your talent and that. And you're kind of equal to them. But anyway, yeah, guys, who's going to take this one? I still think Morocco will win. Have I heard anything more? Nothing at the moment, Marky. But one thing I will say about it, I'm going to find out some news today. Is that the new fiscal year starts tomorrow, doesn't it? The financial year resets, so we may hear some things this week. Things need to start picking up now, because obviously we need so much deals to be done, and I would expect a lot of news coming up this next couple of weeks. Definitely from tomorrow, a lot of news. The Tchouaméni deal is on. However, it's a bit difficult at the moment because he's at the World Cup. So it's a little bit difficult, but the Tchouaméni deal is on, I believe. Tchouaméni, Mateus Fernandes, Alex Scott, all on the table. Owa Bawadi on the table. I just don't want Man United to wait until the end of the World Cup to do business. That's what I'm worried about, because the World Cup, obviously, still 3 weeks left of the World Cup. So I do believe that they need to start talking to the agents now, talking to the clubs now, trying to get verbal agreements done and stuff like that, you know, because you can get deals done, you can get agreements. Do you know what I mean? You know, did you know, Gregory, that Gary Lineker, who used to play for England, never got a yellow card in his career? And he played up front for Barcelona, Tottenham, England. Was England's all-time top scorer until Harry Kane this tournament, you know, and he never got a yellow card, not once. Yeah, it used to be proper football back then. I would urge people to watch back the 1988 FA Cup final between Liverpool and Wimbledon. I remember when Man United used to go to Wimbledon, right? Some of the treatment that our players used to get, I mean, goodness me. But that's the thing, though. That's why the yellow cards came into place, because teams like Wimbledon, they used to kick us and stud us and things like that, you know, and they used to foul us and things. And I understand it in that point of view, because they used to try and injure rather than try and play football. There are some teams that try and injure you rather than trying to play football. You know what I mean? Which is a problem, of course. Do you know what I mean? Mark, yeah, that's just what I'm worried about. I guess these players in the can have some of them for pre-season. Yeah, we need some in. We really do. Before pre-season, I mean, like, it'd be great to get Mateus Fernandes in. You know, players that are not at the World Cup. It'd be great to get those players in. 100%. Morocco will win it. I think so, Ephraim. I think Morocco will win it. It's 0-0 at the moment until at half time. As we speak, it looks more like extra time than anything else. Guys, as we speak, yeah, they do look like two. I mean, you know, yeah, but it had to be, these yellow cards had to be brought in. If you watch football in the mid-90s and you watch when Man United used to go to like Selhurst Park and used to play in like Wimbledon used to play in Crystal Palace back then, if you remember, and it was a tight ground there as it is. But when Man United used to go there, they used to aim at fouling Cantona, kicking him, and things like that. This is what led to Cantona obviously kicking a fan in the same stadium a long time ago, you know, if you remember. And there used to be bad treatment, and then used to give any yellow card. So I agree with it on that aspect, because Man United used to get, you know, players trying to injure their players. To win, they used to try and injure the players. So that's why they started making it more of a rule. I just think you can go too much on one side, too much on the other side. It needs to be aggressive. A yellow card should be a bad foul, not like, yeah, or a foul that stops a good moment of play, an opportunity or goal, you know, and stuff like that. But there are things. So how good was Gary Lineker? World class. Yeah. World class. Yeah. Played for Barcelona. Was England's all-time top goal scorer until Harry Kane. Just this tournament, and Harry Kane's just taken over Gary Lineker. So Gary was world class. And Gary's also a good person as well, Gary Lineker. So, you know, I like him. Exactly that, Gregory. No, it wasn't. Greatness was not built on comfort zones. Exactly that, Greg. You know what I mean? Exactly when you're talking about everything in life, getting up at 4 a.m, doing a watch along. It's not a comfort zone, is it? And that's what I'm saying. That's my quote right there. Greatness was not built on comfort zones, no, and stuff like that. And that's how we do, you know. Consistency and hard work. That's it. Guys, don't forget, I'm back later on for Breaking Dawn. Of course, all the Man United news in a few hours. I'll be here again. And obviously, we got the Norway Ivory Coast game at 9 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. UK time, guys, of that, the other 32. Tomorrow, again, we've got another 5 o'clock kickoff in the morning. Tomorrow, we've got at 5. I won't be doing this France against Sweden game. That's at 1 a.m. Tonight, but I'm not going to do that. That's 1 a.m. my time, by the way, 12, 11, 10 p.m. UK time. I'll be doing the Mexico against Ecuador game in the morning, and that game has a bearing on who England play. As England play in the evening of tomorrow at 8 p.m. and they play Congo. So England or Congo could play Mexico or Ecuador. So I think England would prefer to play Ecuador. Obviously, going to the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City is not easy, high altitude and all that. But as I said, greatness wasn't built on comfort zones, Greg. As we say, isn't it? You're going to have to, if you're going to win World Cups, you're going to have to negotiate these kind of things. Especially Mexico have only lost 2 in 50, isn't it? 2 in 10 years at home. 2 games in 10 years at home, but never won a World Cup though. What I would say is that, yeah, but then again, I do look at the opponents that they play. Who do they play really at their stadium? They don't play Spain. They don't play Portugal. They don't play any of the big guns. Don't think Brazil go there much. Yeah, they don't really play many. They don't really play anyone. Probably USA and Canada. That's about it. Probably no one of significance. And that's what you would say. I think England would be unbeaten there for many, many years. Remember, England were unbeaten at Wembley for many years, and they play in Europe. Yeah. Seeing a lot of Jurgen Klopp on the TV these days, ex-Liverpool manager. I see him a lot on the TV. I don't, he's more in commercials these days, isn't he? Budweiser commercials and whatnot. Big everyone, 6 a.m. where I am, 0-0 between Holland and Morocco in this game. One thing I say, like I always learn, one thing I learned in supporting Man United since I was a child is, you can't make excuses. Like, you can't make excuses. You have to. You are yourself. You're your own. Your own destiny is put in your own hands. You can't make excuses. And whoever you're going to play in the World Cup, whatever team you're going to play, whatever team you're going to play, you're going to struggle. It's going to be difficult. I've always believed, like when I was younger, when Man United won the Champions League consistently, especially under Alex Ferguson, we used to get drawn against some big clubs, Juventus, Inter Milan, Real Madrid. Never worried me. It didn't bother me because I thought, like, to be the best, you've got to beat the best. Eventually, you're going to play one of them. So why not play them early, knock one of them out, and get a huge boost? Big up, Garrett. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well from Cape Town. Good morning. On my way to work, 4 a.m. in Cape Town. You're 2 hours behind me. I'm 6 a.m. Garrett, big up, Garrett. Have a great day at work, my friend. Enjoy yourself. Hope you have a good day. Take it easy. Don't work too hard and all that. Big up, Garrett, of course. So right now, guys, as we stand, it's 0-0. I can see this game going to extra time. It will be decided on one goal, I think. Will it go to penalties? And who will win the penalty shootout? That's it. That's a question, isn't it? I'm sure that when Germany went to penalties, they thought they were going to beat Paraguay in penalties. They didn't. Penalties are 50-50. Of course, it helps if you've got a good goalkeeper. I think it helps if you've got a good goalkeeper. Cheers, Garrett. Cheers, man. Take it easy. Just waiting for the second half to start because we have about 20 minutes of hydration breaks, don't we? Goodness me. A bottle of water. A bottle of water. Yes. One of the better views in the stadium in here in Monterrey, Mexico. Look at that view, guys, in Monterrey, Mexico. Unbelievable view. Looks like Naples. big mountain and stuff. I cannot for the life of me, guys, see how France are going to lose to that Sweden side. I don't even think there's any point. Argentina against Cape Verde is basically a CONCACAF tournament Gold Cup match. I don't even think that is even point. Colombia, Ghana, it's an interesting game. Ghana are very good defensively, so they're going to be hard to beat. Even though they lost to Croatia last game, you know. But this stage of the tournament. You never know. It's based on what happens on the day, isn't it? Whatever happens on the day, it's based on that. Yeah. Yeah, big up everyone in the stream, guys. Don't forget to smash those likes if you could do that. Can we get up to at least a few likes today, guys? If you could do that for me today, that'd be great. Thank you, everyone. It's Tuesday today. Yeah, I think there's a lot of anxiety with these games. Some of these games are really nerve-wracking. You saw the way Japan played yesterday. Really, really kind of negative in the second half. Sat back really deep, and I called it before the game, before it happened. I said they're going to lose, if they play like this, because when you go into a football match and you go just 100% defensive, when you concede a goal, it's very difficult to flip it around, and go attacking. Very difficult mentally because you've gone from a defensive stance into an attacking stance. So it's always important to keep a balance there. Definitely always important to keep a balance there and not go too gun ho defensive, if you know what I mean. You always have to keep that. Obviously, I'm not saying just go out and attack. You have to be smart, and give them some questions to think about as well. Do you know what I mean? And yeah. We got everyone. Morocco, of course, coming out for the second half. Mazraoui, the number 3, plays for Manchester United, of course, for Morocco. Actually said he was going to retire, didn't he? Said he's going to retire. He said he might retire to be religious. Yeah. We need Mazza. He can retire in a couple of years. And if he can retire in a couple of years, that's it. We need him. Anyway, we're ready to kick off the second half, guys. 0-0 in this game. Is someone going to take the game by the scruff of the neck or not? Is someone going to try and win this game? We're underway. Is someone going to try and win this game or not? Let's wait and see. Guys. Netherlands 0, Morocco 0 here in Mexico. Monterrey, Mexico. Yeah. I do find Ronald Koeman ball very, very boring, though, I'll be honest. I don't like the way he plays football. I've noticed it a few times about the way he plays football. Is very, very dull, if you know what I mean, in regards to that. Proby on the floor again. Now there is a yellow card. Now there is a yellow card. And it's Issa Diop for Morocco. Yeah, he did. He did. That was a bit of nasty challenge. That one, to be honest with you, he did catch his ankle there. It's a yellow card. Issa Diop. He's a good player. He is. He's a good player. Issa Diop. Free kick to Holland and the Netherlands here. 47 minutes gone. Somerville's going to take the free kick of West Ham. Somerville, of course. He's going to take the free kick. Takes a good free kick, to be honest with you. He clipped it out wide, headed back in, header again, straight at the goalkeeper. Never forget the goalkeeper's name is Bono. Here's a trivia. Bono of U2. He's not in goal today for Morocco, no, but he's the goalkeeper for Morocco's name is Bono. Never get over that. When I was in the African Nations Watchalong. Yeah. We covered the African nations. Yeah, we did the World Cup. We did the African nations this time. You know, we did proper. We didn't just turn up on the World Cup. You know what I mean? Here comes Mazrou. Mazrou on the left hand side. Chance for Morocco. Bawadi, and it's over the bar. I wouldn't fall for that. There's no reason why they can't buy Chouamini and Fernandez. That's just an excuse for Ineos and the Glazers. They were never going to sell Ugarte anyway, Greg. They were going to put him on loan. So they can't use that as an excuse. This is exactly what we're talking about. They will use adversity as an excuse to do less business. You know, that's what they will do. There's no excuse. We were never going to sell Ugarte. Nobody was going to pay the 40 million for him. He was going to go on loan. The only team that were interested in him was Juventus. And Juventus don't have money. They're in debt. That's why I have to sell players. So they would have got him on loan. You know, so I don't understand all this notion, you know. If they don't acquire any of the best players, then what are we doing here? You know what I mean? At the end of the day. That would just be a convenient excuse, as usual, for Ineos and the Glazers if they don't do proper business based on an injury to one of our players. It's ridiculous. That should be more incentive to do business. No, because he's not going to be available for a year. You know that. What we're going to have, like, just less players. Like, it's ridiculous. Doesn't make any logical sense. You know, we're never going to sell Ugarte. Ugarte was never going to leave, apart from on loan. So we weren't going to make money from him. This is exactly what I'm saying, you know? So it's a null and void argument that everyone suddenly picks up and promotes because, you know, Ineos keep planting things in the media that to make you feel like, oh, poor them. Oh, Ugarte got injured. Let's have an excuse for Ineos. Let's have an excuse for the Glazers. Oh, poor them. You know, that's what it is basically. You know, I'm not falling for that trick. They were never going to sell Ugarte. They were never going to make money from Ugarte. They were going to loan him out. That was what I was hearing. You know, so they can't make that excuse when they weren't going to make any money from him. Jokers. They're a bunch of jokers, man. Honestly. But as I say, let's see what happens in the window. I'm not going to jump at anything. I'm not going to say if, what's, buts, and maybes. What if this happens? I think this is going to happen or anything. There's a lot of gaslighting, Gregory, but you've got to stay ahead of the game. You've got to stay ahead of the game with this gaslighting. Man United, the gaslight is the king of gaslighting. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to be careful. Gaslight FC. That's what we are, guys. That's what we are. Gaslight FC. Here come Morocco. Chance. Oh, he's shot. He should have passed it there. It was Hakimi that time. Who I believe is the best right back in the world. Hakimi. He was onside. I believe he's the best right back in the world. The thing with Man United, let me give you an example, right? Everything that comes out the radio, TV waves about Man United is a negative with the Ineos and the Glazers. Have you noticed? Everything that comes out of their mouth is negative. We got no money. We lost money here. He's injured. We can't do this. We can't do that. They never come out and say, "Oh, we made 191 million for finishing third. We got 100 million for the Champions League. We got 40 million from Rasmus. We got 200 million in revenue. We released free shirts, free jerseys that are going to sell like hotcakes. We sold season tickets, record amounts of season tickets. They never mention that. They always bring in negatives, what they haven't got. We're going to be broke by Christmas. The biggest lie you've ever heard. We are broke because of you. We got $1 billion in debt because of you, and that's it. So I don't want to be hearing any negatives about, you got no money, you can't do this, you can't do that. Then don't buy the bloody football club. It's as simple as that. Let someone who's got money buy it. And that's what I would say about them. They're absolutely useless frauds, a lot of them. And those people gaslighting them. This is their last opportunity for me. Last season, you can use the excuse, right, that they weren't in Europe and it's difficult to acquire players and blah, 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 right? That was the excuse last season, right? But so far, what I'm seeing is a lot of lies, a lot of hot air. Since January, we were talking about getting Anderson. We were talking about how we're going to fight in the summer for Anderson. We knew how much Anderson was valued at. We knew how much he was valued at. And as soon as the summer comes, it's too expensive. It's exactly that, what I'm talking about. What changed? They're a bunch of liars. And also, I thought they were going to purchase the club in 2026. What happened to that? We're now in end of June, July now. Tomorrow is July. Where's the buying the football club going? Where's that gone? Has everyone forgotten about that? Honestly, it was so easily twanged, easily manipulated and things like that. Do you know what I mean? Morocco anyway on the attack, guys. Here we go. Morocco on the attack. Morocco have been the better side overall in this game. A lot of money, Gregory. A lot of money. And a lot of persuasion too. Why would he leave PSG right now? It's very difficult to leave PSG the way they are right now. Obviously, they have a very good manager. They have a good Luis Enrique. Everything about them is good. So I think he's comfortable at the moment. I don't think there's any problem with him. I mean, unless Man United would have to pay probably over 100 million for him, probably, I would have thought. But I don't think he would go. He won't leave PSG. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. It is free. I wish we did have Enrique, Kenny. Yeah, too. Here comes Morocco. Good chance. Oh, it's a good tackle. Van der Ven. Oh, that was a good tackle, that. Hakimi was clean through again. He just took the shot, but a great challenge there from Van Heck. Van Heck is going to Tottenham, I think, isn't he? Here come. Oh, that's offside for Holland. Yeah, I think Van Heck's going to Spurs, if I'm not wrong. I think he's going to go to Spurs. Yeah, Spurs, look, guys, people could say what they want, right? People could say what they want about Spurs, but Spurs are showing more ambition than Man United. Tottenham, they're not in Europe. They've got no excuses. They're going after Tonali. They're fighting for Mateus Fernandes. They've signed Van Heck, who made that brilliant challenge. That's just over, by the way. Spurs are more ambitious than us at the moment. They're not talking about financial year and things like that. Do you know what I mean? At this moment in time where we stand, they are more ambitious than us. And that goes to show you where we are as a football club, because that's basically what we are, isn't it? A football club. We're supposed to be a football club. Everything's meant to be based on what we do on the pitch. Here come Morocco again. But one thing I would say about Luis Enrique, I couldn't care less about Luis Enrique. I don't want to say it, but F Luis Enrique. F him. F every manager in the league, F every single player manager in Europe. We've got Michael Carrick. And the only thing we can do right now is back Michael Carrick, because no matter what manager comes into this football club under our ownership, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to succeed. Whether it's Enrique, whoever it is, they're not going to be bad. Let's not sit here and pretend that Ruben Amorim wasn't one of the most talented managers in Europe, guys. Let's not pretend that. Before Ruben Amorim went to Man United, you see his record, you know, and everyone wanted him. Now at the end, like, guys, listen, like, no matter what, if you're not backed to the level that you want to be backed, what's the point? It doesn't matter. You only could do so much with Luke Shaw. You know, you can only do so much with Mason Mount. You can only do so much with that, you know? No matter what manager you are, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, no matter what manager you are, you can only do so much with what you're given, the tools you're getting given. You know, as I said, going into a sword fight with a breadstick, as I said many, many times, you know, a sword fight with a breadstick. And that's what we're doing. A sword fight with a breadstick. Thanks. All bars one. Big up yourself. Yeah, it's whether people put it in first, isn't it? At the end of the day, if they get it in their head first and then come out, you know what I mean. In a couple of weeks, people will be talking about the same as me, saying exactly the same thing as me. Funny though, I get a lot of analogies. I make a lot of analogies. Like, I make like funny analogies, and then I see people copying my analogies on some other streams. It's funny though. It is funny. The Barney the dinosaur one was one of them. You know what I mean? Big up, my friend Jersey. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hello, Sal. I think we're gonna get Fernandez. We have gone way too far to back down. Also, I know we're gonna get Fernandez, but we're gonna wait and drag it out, Jersey. That's the problem. I have no doubt we're gonna get Fernandez, but the problem is that we're gonna drag it out and we're gonna waste time, so that we run out of time in the window. That getting Fernandez is not the problem. I think we'll probably get him because he wants to go to Man United. I've said this before anybody else. You know, and we're going to get him, but it depends how long we're going to take to get him. And that's the problem. You know, we need 7, 8 players in the club. Here we go. Chance for corner to Morocco. Morocco getting in some good positions here. Can't capitalize at the moment, though. But they are getting in some good positions. Half an hour to go, 0-0. I agree, Jersey, about the crossing. But that we need better fullbacks. We need better fullbacks. We need better wingers. We got Ahmad and Cunha cutting too much. We need players who can go on the outside, left foot on the left side, right foot on the right side, whip that ball into the box. That's what they need to do. Another corner to Morocco. They need to whip that ball in the box and get service to Sesko. We get too many players now that want stats. That's what they want. My fear is this, right? I think Man United might even keep Rashford, after this World Cup, which is bad. I mean, and not as a player, but I mean, morale and things like that within the dressing room. But we do need to cross. Man United don't assist him enough. That was a poor corner. It's another corner to Morocco. Morocco have had 3 corners in succession here. Yeah, it's another corner here. Kimi does take a mean corner. You can't help thinking if Morocco score, Holland are in big trouble. That's another poor corner. It's another corner to Morocco. What's he trying to do? Take the proper corner, mate. Stop trying to be smart. Take the proper corner. Hakimi's going to take, I think, the 4th corner in succession. And that one's terrible. That was one of the worst corners I've ever seen. That was rugby, that one. You know? That were 4 awful corners there. And from him as well. Throw into Holland. 0-0. 28 minutes to go. 27 minutes to go, should I say. 0-0. Throw in. Now, Morocco are trying to play football. Here come Broby, though. Broby, is that a foul? No. Cleared away. Broby claiming a foul. That would have been a big decision for the referee to make. Was it Somerville? It was a big decision to make if that was given as a foul. It wasn't. It's a goal kick to Morocco. Yeah, if that was given as a foul, that would have been, sit down, you ginge. Honestly, Koeman's annoying. He's boring. Every time I look at Koeman, I just feel like depressed. He's just so boring. Such a boring manager. No inspiration. No, it doesn't inspire you. It's like, yeah, whatever. Um, Nil, guys. Yeah, well, Jersey, what I'm talking, about Mazza. I'm surprised with Noose. He's playing left back. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like say, why don't Man United ever try him at left back? Because every time I watch Morocco play, I watch the AFCON as well. He's played very well at left back. Why not try him there? I don't know why we don't. I think he's good. He's good there. I don't know why we don't do it. Man United are just very strange football club these days. We're not ahead of the game. You know what I mean? We're just very, yeah. Every single summer, it's like we know what needs to be done, but we act like nothing needs to be done. It's like it's basically like those movies, where you got the guy at the front, right, walking in slow motion, and everything behind him is exploding and blowing up fire everywhere, like in those movies, right? And you're walking in slow motion. That's what Man United are. Just absolute lackadaisical incompetence. Everything about them. They're probably not even watching the World Cup, guys. They're probably just like, sitting there like, like with us, we'd be like, oh, I saw in January, Mazraoui could play left back. He plays well there. Wow. That's what I was like, No. Oh, we ain't got a left back. Yeah, we've got Nusma Saruri can play that, you know? Crazy. Hydration breaks are rubbish, mate. Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Stay far away from our game as possible, please. We don't want any hydration breaks. These commercial breaks, should I say? We don't want any of that. You know, it's really ruining the game. Honestly, if I could look back on this World Cup and think anything about it, I'll think about hydration breaks. That's the main picture in my head. There's no game that stood out. There's no game that you thought, wow, what a game, right? There's nothing. It's just like hydration break. The World Cup with the hydration break. We got everyone in the stream, guys. We're just waiting on the hydration break to conclude, and then we'll carry on, of course. Big up, Jay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're well. Good to see you. Everything is good with you, mate. Just waiting for this game to carry on with this stupid hydration break. It's like extra time every single 20 minutes, isn't it? You know? Coop Miners might be coming on for Holland. Also, Wout Weghorst, as we know, Wout Weghorst, of all people, still in the Holland squad, surprisingly. He looks like he's going to be coming on as well. Wout Weghorst. Aki, also, of Man City coming on. Yeah, Wout Weghorst is coming on for Brian Broby. I don't know about that. Nathan Aki's come off for Coop Miners. Guys, just to keep you informed. Good win for Paraguay. Yeah, disappointed in Germany, to be honest, Jay. Really disappointed in Germany. I mean, I didn't rate Paraguay in the group stage. I thought they were rubbish. They squeezed through the group, as we know, and didn't look impressive at all. For Germany to lose to that team, my goodness me. I mean, wow. Germany could look at themselves in the mirror and say, what the hell there? What happened there? They were nowhere near Paraguay this tournament. No, but that's not a foul. Go! Go for Holland! It's a goal for Holland. 1-0 to the Dutch. They scored 1-0 to Holland against the run of play, some may say. Holland are winning by a goal to nil. One nil there. It's Gakpo. The Scouse has done it. Gakpo has scored for Holland. Wow. 18 minutes to go, guys. We have a development. Why is Gakpo crying? I don't know. But anyway, it's an emotional time. It's 1-0 to Holland. And now Morocco got it all to do here. Morocco got it all to do. 1-0. This is what I mean. Like, you know, you got to take your opportunity. When you're on top, you got to take your opportunity. Otherwise, these things happen. How many times do I have to say? I said it about Japan yesterday. I'm going to say it today. You got to play positive football. I mean, obviously that looked like a foul on Holland, but he got in there and he scored. Now Morocco, I've got it all to do. All to do. This is where you show character. This is where you show character now. This is where Morocco have to show character. And boring Ronald Koeman, a boring manager who's going to lose to France in the next round, playing like that dead haram ball, is going to, you know. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, fair play to him for playing today. Unbelievable. For him to play today shows good character, to be honest. Yeah, very, very, very. Prayers and thoughts are with him. Of course, I remember that. That happened earlier in the week. But yeah, I don't like Ronald Koeman. I think they're going to get knocked out playing like this, mate. They're not going to do anything. Really, really dreadful performance. I think Morocco have been a better side, to be honest with you. And problem is Morocco ain't clinical. They're not clinical. If you're not clinical in the World Cup, we all know what happens. You go out. We all know what happens. You go out of the World Cup if you're not clinical, you know. But Morocco got it all to do now. This is where you're going to show the characters. Where you show characters, this is where everything, you know, this is where you have to separate the mentality. Sometimes you go 1-0 down. It's how you respond is the key thing, isn't it? In these football matches, how you respond. Can they respond? It's a free kick to Morocco. So it's, Morocco making a substitution here. Riyadh is coming off. Salah Ad-Din has come on. Salah Ad-Din, who is the player who plays for PSV. He plays as a left back. Bawardi. Hakimi. No foul. Holland are going to be just sitting back now. To be honest, Holland have had a good tournament in the group stage anyway, but they did a relatively easy group. That's why I was shocked that Germany lost to Paraguay, wasn't it? Like, I mean, I was not impressed with Paraguay, in my opinion. Don't think they're very good, but yeah. Free kick. Can Morocco get back into this game? We've got 14 minutes plus injury time. 14 minutes plus injury time here. Can they get back into this game? Bawardi. Hakimi. Good little bit of play in there. Wonderful play. Cleared away by Holland. Holland are going to be 6s and 7s at the back. Cleared away by Holland again. Corner to Morocco. Morocco haven't deserved to lose this game, be honest. Morocco have been the better side. It's a throw-in. Is it a throw-in or a corner? It's a corner. It's a corner here. Morocco going to take the free corner here. Can they create something? Couple of poor. I've had a few poor corners so far in this game. Hits the first man. I never understood how a player can hit the first man. Exactly, Jersey. They've been the better side the whole game, but that doesn't mean anything, isn't it? In football, you got to put the ball in the back of the net. It's as simple as that. You know, no matter how you play. There you go. Oh, it's a good cross, that one. Again, inches away. Inches away. Inches away from Morocco from getting a touch on that ball. It's a good cross again. And just literally missed him. Yeah. Players coming off. He'll be injured. They're making a double substitution here, Morocco. They're really going for it. They're really going for it, Morocco. This number 16, he looks small. So just to recap, substitutions. Off comes Oibiordi and on comes Murabet. And they're more attacking. They're going to more of attacking formation. Murabet plays for Strasbourg. Guys, he plays as a CDM. So he's replaced Boadi. So they haven't really gone all out. Brahim Diaz has come off, surprisingly. And Gassim Yassin has come on. There's another Strasbourg player plays in the midfield. Surprising about Brahim Diaz coming off. Head injury for... They're good at play acting, these Dutch players, though. Very good at play acting. Very good at play acting. We've literally got 10 minutes to go, guys. 10 minutes to go, literally. Nine minutes to go. Stop, start game. 9 minutes to go, guys. Here come Morocco. Morocco, who've been the dominant force in this 3/4 of this game, but you know they haven't put the ball in the back of the net, haven't threatened the goal enough in regards to goal scoring. So yeah, they need to do something. How do you think England will get in this tournament? Depends. Depends. I don't know. I'll be honest. I think quarterfinal. If they get to the quarterfinal without a right back, I mean, I think they would have done well. But you never know what happens in football, do you? England might play well against the bigger teams. Teams that actually try to attack them a little bit. Maybe they might do better against those type of teams. I can't tell with this England side, to be honest with you. I'll be honest. The one thing I can guarantee you is that Tuchel picked the wrong squad. That's it. I can guarantee you that. I will say that right now. And it's proven. No shit, Sherlock J. I've been talking about this for ages. Man United have already got the deal done. I said it could be a possibility they already got the deal done. They've already agreed personal terms. They've already agreed a deal in principle. It's not what you're feeling. It's what I've been saying for the last few weeks, Jay. I've been saying it for ages. This pessimism to drag the deal out to the last minute and to the financial year is obviously now that the financial year, the fiscal year is over. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I got a feeling that we're going to sign him this week." Everyone's saying the same shit, Jay. Come on, obviously I've been talking like this for weeks. I said we've already got the deal done. At the end of the day, I don't care what Fabrizio. Here we go, coming. Who gives a shit? Everyone's like a bunch of like clones. Here we go, Ornstein Bomber. Here we go, Ornstein Bomber. It's crazy. I've been talking about this for ages. I wouldn't be surprised if Man United got the deal done with West Ham. I'll tell you what, right now, like this is the way we do things. To drag it out. Do I think we'll get a here we go this week? Do I think we'll sign him? No. I think we might get an agreement, but I don't think we're going to sign him until we're going to drag it out because Man United like to drag things out. Even if we sign him, we still need 6 or 7 players in, and this is what pisses me off. Everything's a rinse and repeat. On this channel, I've been talking about Fernandes for ages. And, I've been saying it, calling it as it is, predicting it as it is. Even when the Spurs rumors are going on. Don't worry. He's agreed to go to Man United. He's agreed personal terms. Then, lo and behold, Andy Mitten says exactly the same thing as me a couple of days ago. Exactly the same thing as me, what I said last week. It drives me mad. It drives me crazy because I know that this is going to happen. They're just going to drag it out. It's no shit Sherlock territory, isn't it? I mean, how long we taking to sign Mateus bloody Fernandes? It's ridiculous. To get an agreement with him, it's annoying. How are we going to do for the rest of it? I mean, when we try and sign Tchouaméni or someone like that, who's actually a world-class player. So, who wins the World Cup? France or the field of other countries? I wouldn't say the field of other countries. I wouldn't say France or field. That's disrespectful, Gregory. I wouldn't say the field of other countries. It depends. Every game is different. You know what I mean? No. There are a number of teams that can win the World Cup, and it depends on the day. That's it. No field of other countries. There are a group of teams that can win the World Cup on their day. Every game is different. Everyone can beat everyone. No one expected Paraguay to beat Germany, field of other countries. So at the end of the day, I think England can win it, France can win it, Spain can win it, Portugal can win it. That's what I would say. I think they can. Who do I think will win it is another choice. But it's not a field of other teams. That's disrespectful. Such a yank thing to say. Field of other teams. Like, come on, man. Do talk shit sometimes, don't you, Greg? Come on, Greg. Talking for the sake of talking. There are a number of teams. Even Holland have got a chance. I would say Holland have got a chance. If they win this game, that's a big win for Dutch. Morocco have been one of the most impressive teams in this tournament. Went toe-to-toe with Brazil in a draw. So, yeah. It depends on the day. What happens on the day, you never know. There's loads of teams. On paper, do France have the best players? Probably yes. As a squad, yes. Can teams beat them? Yes. I watched before this World Cup. I watched France against Ivory Coast in a friendly. Ivory Coast basically outplayed them and beat them. You know, I don't think there's a field of other teams. There's a group of teams that can win the World Cup, not just France and a field of other teams. Oh my God. Is that some of these people are supposedly support Man United with that mentality? My God. Anyway, here we go. Enough of that nonsense. We don't want to hear your France question, Greg, to be honest with you. France can win the World Cup. I think I clarified that already. I don't know if I'm speaking English language properly. France can win the World Cup alongside England, Spain, Portugal, Holland. They can win the World Cup. All of them can win the World Cup. I'm not gonna turn around and say can France win the World Cup? Yes. Can England win the World Cup? Yes. Can Holland? Yes. Can Spain? Yes. That's what I would say. You don't need to answer it anything. It doesn't sound any more intelligent. It still sounds dumb, Greg. A pool of other teams. Anyway, here come Morocco. Morocco need to equalize. Football in general doesn't deal with absolutes. You know, when I've been watching this game for 40 years, it doesn't deal with absolutes, and you don't have like this mentality where it's them or nothing. You know, are they going to win the World Cup? I remember people gaslighting me into believing when I was younger, Juventus are going to win this, Inter Milan are going to win this, and stuff like that. You know, Man United ended up winning it. Always believed. They got to stop wasting time here. If it's not a free kick, that looked like a free kick, to be honest. About a minute to go, guys. Plus injury time, probably about 6 minutes of injury time, I would have thought. Should be more, because hydration is 5 alone. And goal! Morocco have equalised. Morocco have equalised. Diop has scored for Morocco. They are still in the tournament. I can't believe it. I'm going to have to delay my breakfast because they've scored 1-1. They've scored. I'm going to have to delay it. They've scored. But the problem is with Morocco, though. One thing I'll say about Morocco is that they've changed a lot of the team. They made a lot of substitutions now. They're going to have to reorganize. Guys, they're going to have to reorganize, but it's 1-1. Where was Van Dijk? Where was the best defender in the world there? Nowhere to be seen, because Diop climbed above everyone else, including Van Dijk, to head the ball into the back of the net, and well-deserved, you would say. Morocco are back in the game. That's what I'm talking about. Get those crosses in. Anything can happen. Get the crosses in. What a header, Jay. Great header. Get those crosses in. That's what you do. England don't get enough crosses in like that. If you've got Harry Kane in the box and you don't get crosses in like that, that's what I'm talking about. You know, if England got crosses in like that, trust me. This is going to extra time, guys. 6 minutes of injury time. This is going to extra time. Crying out loud. Why is there 6 minutes of injury time? It should be more than that. This is what I mean. It's stupid. You know, this is what I mean. It's stupid because you're trying to tell me there's 5 minutes for hydration break. There's only 1 minute of injury time. It doesn't make any bloody sense. Does it? It's pathetic. You know what they should do? You know what they should do, right? They should just pause the game. Pause the game. Every time there's a stoppage, pause the game. You know? One. Morocco, they're looking the ascendancy at the moment. They look like the most likely to win the game. A lot of belief in this Moroccan side. I did say it early in the tournament that Morocco are a dangerous team. I said it. You know, when people are underrating Morocco, I said to them people, Morocco are going to be a problem. You know? And all the others. Don't worry about that. Morocco, I mean, it depends, isn't it? I mean, obviously, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, the next round, the more games you get, the more difficult games you get, the further you go in the tournament. But a win against Holland, they ain't won the game. I know. There's a long way to go. So extra time, penalties, maybe. But, you know, they look a good side. I've said this for a long time. And Morocco look like they're my dark horses, one of them, you know. Guys, last gun stand. What's going on, my friend? I literally just got upstairs, man. How have I missed that goal, for God's sake? Yeah. Weghorst to get win. If they let Weghorst score, they might as well just give the World Cup to Holland. Just give the World Cup to Holland. If Weghorst scores, give the World Cup to Holland because I believe in miracles forever. You know, because Weghorst scores. Gregory, there hasn't been golden goal for flipping 10 years, mate. Get with the picture. Everyone's bantering this World Cup, no golden goal thing that's written on the thing. It hasn't been golden goal for flipping 10 years, mate, if not longer. Come on, man. I feeling, goodness me. So you know when you're like at kindergarten school and it's like the school of football, and I got class 1. You know, class 1, like the kiddie section, right? And I have to teach football to kids. That's how I feel with Greg. Sorry, Greg. I'm bantering you today. I feeling that African teams every World Cup getting better. African players getting for big clubs. It will be interesting to see how many qualifies. It would be, yeah. They are getting better, and congratulations to them, absolutely. But one thing, Morocco stand above anyone else. Them and Senegal above anyone else. I think a lot of the African sides will go out. Next round, I think England will beat Congo. The only ones I think could possibly go through is Ivory Coast. They're playing Norway, though. It's a difficult game. Obviously, Morocco. Egypt. They got a game, a decent game there that they can win. So it's about time, though, isn't it? You know, but it's good to see them doing well, man. I've done the African Nations, obviously, in January. People know me. I've done the African Nations and, yeah, enjoyed it. Apart from, obviously, the noises that happened at the end, I really enjoyed it. And I was impressed with the quality and I enjoyed it. I really did. And I will do it again. You know, I don't like, you know, this is the thing right now. The World Cup is on. Everyone wants to jump in the World Cup. No one done the AFCON. I knew how good Morocco were. I knew how good Senegal and Ivory Coast. And Congo's defense, I knew how good their defense was. I was calling that centre backs of South Africa before the tournament, and people were like, "Who?" There you go. I was work when Panama beat Germany. I was when Paraguay beat Germany. I was bouncing when it happened, and now we get another game in extra time. It's looking to be a tasty couple of games. Not for me. I've been up since 4. Let's hope we get extra time. Is usually boring. I would rather it go straight to penalties, to be honest with you. So let's hope we don't get 2 teams cancelling each other out. Yeah, definitely, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Big up everyone. It's going to be an interesting tournament. I think it's going to get more interesting. Full time, guys. Full time. 1-1. My breakfast is delayed. 1-1. We're going to get another half an hour. Guys. One, guys. Let me just set this up real quickly. Home crowd. People having burgers in the crowd. Oh, it's an advert. It's an advert. It's just an advert. Advertisements and stuff. It's just an advert, guys. Shame. I'm going to miss a couple of the games at the weekend because I'm traveling. I will miss a couple of the games, guys. So just to let you know, but sadly, but it is what it is. I've got to travel, going to Italy, do my work, of course, my due diligence and stuff like that, of course. Let me just put these up. What's it? Holland. I've got to set myself up for the penalties. Who's going to take this game, guys? Let me know what you're thinking. Who's got the cojones to take this game? And by the scruff of the neck, guys, let me know. It's going to be a tough one. Usually extra time is a bunch of 2 teams cancelling each other out, of course. I hope that's not the case. But, it usually happens. Bala bala bing, bala bom bala bing, bala bom bala bing. Just setting this up. Morocco got a big opportunity. Lisa, big up. Big up. They got a big opportunity. It's a better game today. Better game. Who is that Morocco manager? They play some amazing football. Yeah. No wonder they go to the semi-final to final and the African Championship. They're great to watch. I've said this, Bob. Big up, Bob, by the way. I said this for a while, Bob, that they are a good footballing side. And the great thing I like about Morocco is that they get balls into the box. They're progressive. They go forward. They attack. Let's not pretend that they should have beat Brazil early in the tournament. They were brilliant against Brazil. They should have beat Brazil early in the tournament. I've been ranting and raving about Morocco for a long time now. A lot of people wanted to downplay Morocco after the Senegal final of the African nations, of course. But they're both very good footballing sides, and Ivory Coast as well. Morocco are the best team in Africa for me. I've said this for a while. Man for man, balance, belief, they're just incredible. There's some very good teams in Africa. Of course there is. But I just feel like Morocco are head and shoulders. They're just they've got something about them that they never give in. They never give up. Do you know what I mean? And I'm delighted to see it. I'm delighted to see all the African teams doing well because, there are many people, when I was doing the African Nations Watchalong, during December and January, right? There are many people coming to me and say, oh, They're not doing the African nations watch along. They don't want to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Just want to jump on the World Cup. You can't be a football fan if you didn't do the African nations. You can't sit there and claim to be a football fan. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely not, guys. Right, we're underway, guys, in this first period of extra time. Is it? Yeah, we're underway, guys. Extra time is underway. Only the second extra time of the tournament so far. So far, I would say, quotation marks, obviously, so far. First of extra time, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. Don't forget to smash those likes. Last man standing. Sorry, they integrate straight to the pen soon because extra time does get boring because say it's haram ball derby. It's just that everyone is scared to lose last of gun standing. Extra time what I've learned is like teams are more scared of losing than winning. They're more scared of losing a game than winning the game, and that's what I've noticed about. They need to reshuffle it. I don't know, but the half an hour is long. Maybe just make it 15 minutes and see what can happen. I mean, there have been some good good extra times in the past, but it's very rare. And Morocco won the under 20 World Cup too, Bob. They're a good teammate. How you play football, right? How you play football, how you develop football, right? And they played a beautiful game. And they play they play quick football, effective football, get balls into the box. They do play a kind of old school kind of play, and I like that about it. You know what I mean? I like that. And I wish them luck with it. I really do. I really wish them luck with it. It's a free kick to Holland, though. This game is not over, by the way. It's still 1-1. Of course, Holland can still come back into the game at 1-1. Whenever it's penalties, though, guys, whenever it goes to penalties, I want whenever it goes to extra time, I want penalties. Offside here. Whenever it's extra time, I want penalties. It's exciting. Morocco to win on pens, but I think it'll be a lot of pens. Probably, yeah. Zayed, Somerville, a good player, reminds me of Sterling. I mean, do not compare Somerville to Sterling. I didn't rate Sterling that highly. Sterling was good for a while, but he wasn't that good. Somerville's average at the moment. He's not having a good game. He's been all right. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a good player. Yeah, good is not what Man United need, though. Man United need better. But he's a good player, definitely. But I see better players play for Morocco today. Mohamed Ouabi, good player. It's nice to see African teams doing well in the World Cup. Absolutely delighted. I'm glad. Because I was told when I was doing the African nations, like by certain content creators, that they're not doing the African nations because, you know what, they don't really rate it and stuff like that. And I did it. And I said, like, I'm a football fan. And I grew up watching African football. When I was younger, it used to be on English television. And I grew up watching African football, right? And there were some people, of course, jumping on the World Cup because it's popular. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's the World Cup. You know? I don't think you should have if you're a football content creator, if you're not doing the World Cup and the African nations, I don't think you should call yourself a football content creator, because at the end of the day, you know, I'm thinking of doing the Copa, the Copa America and things like that. I'm thinking of doing this. I'm looking to integrate that into the streams and stuff like that. You know, punched out by the goalkeeper. Holland win it back. Good start for Holland this first period, but it's a foul for Morocco. Of course, Zayed. Of course you do, Zayed. Germany could learn a thing or two from Morocco. Yes, Bob. England can learn a thing or two from Morocco, the way they play. You know? Masrouri, being unreal defensive. Masrouri playing at left back, Zayed. Left back. And then we ain't got a left back. We can't play. We haven't got the bloody this old thing. You know, we got a left back there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think Snobby was after. I mean, a lot of people were. Sorry, there's lots of people doing content now who only pipe up in the transfer window because you get clicks and likes, right? That's the only time they prop up. They're not doing the World Cup. They certainly didn't do the AFCON, right? And for me, that's insulting. I'm not African, right? But I love football. I grew up in African football. One of my favorite players ever was George Weah. You know, I fell in love with the game because of players like George Weah and people like that, you know? And for people just to snob it, for me, it's a disgrace. I'll be honest with you. I'll be real. I felt it was a bit of a disgrace that happened, you know, because Africans and African football's brought a lot to our game, especially the Premier League and stuff. And you have to appreciate that and respect it. You know, there's a lot of people don't. And I would love a team like Morocco to go all the way and win the World Cup. It would be amazing. You know, I would say that right now. It would be amazing. And I said this right at the beginning of at the AFCON. You know, chance for Morocco. Chance. Go! Oh no, he's missed it. I can't believe he's missed it. I can't believe he missed it. What a save from Verbruggen. That was a save by Verbruggen there. Oh man. Good play. Good play there. My goodness me, that was good play. Should have scored, really, to be honest with you. Should have scored. It was a substitute, wasn't it? Rahimi with that opportunity there. Sofiane Rahimi, who plays for Al Ain in look. Al Ain. Al Ain FC, there you go, guys. I've done a bit of work for them before. So near. Bob, Ryan is better from Brazil. Did you see that assist to the game in the last minutes today? The Bournemouth in January slapped 100. Yeah. And Bob, Man United were interested in him before he went to Bournemouth, and I was calling Man United to sign Ryan from back then. Those on the stream, the community know. And we snobbed our way out of that one. You know, we didn't sign him. And now look, great player. I knew it. I knew he would become a good player. I knew exactly why. I knew he would become a good player. We just snooze and we lose. He was available for 30 million. Unbelievable. He shouldn't have missed that one. There's a big opportunity for Morocco there, you know. Yeah, the same Morocco, Greg, who you underplayed last week, didn't you, against Brazil? Are you getting any journals on the show for transfer window sale? Probably I'll try and get some. I'll probably try and get Ben Jacobs back on. I'm going to try. I'm in Italy next week on the 4th of July. I will be doing some journalistic work during that time. Yeah, every time I go to Italy, I contact the journalists over there. I'm very close to Napoli Football Club. I know a few people at Napoli Football Club, and I know a few journalists over there, especially in the south of Italy. So I'll be going there, and I'll get all the latest over there. You know what I mean? Zayed, no, not me. No. I've never been charged by anybody to come into this show on my channel. Never. No. If you get charged, my goodness me, don't think you should pay paying. Bob, Colombia plays some football. They never give up. Imagine Morocco versus Colombia. Really impressed with Colombia. Colombia have always been that kind of team, though, Bob, isn't it? You know, when you think about when England played Colombia in 2018, they've always been that kind of team. Difficult to beat, resolute, never say die attitude, aggressive, talented. Always, since I was younger, since the days of Carlos Valderrama and Faustino Asprilla, you know what I mean? They've always been that difficult team, you know, to play against, and you have to be on top of your game to beat them. Yeah. I can't believe how slow are the market. We've lost on two players who's been linked to with us, Hackney and Brown. I would be surprised if we lose. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose the bit. No, I don't think we're going to lose him last gun standing. However, the longer we drag this out, the more concerning it does get, doesn't it? The more concerning it gets, and the longer we drag it out. Absolutely, you know. Yeah, we you know, we got to act more quickly. We got a lot of work to do. Do you know what I mean? We got a lot of work to do, guys. I heard Morano charges crazy money for him, 10-minute cameo. Morano is very busy. I haven't spoken to him for 2 years. He knew a guy who I know who used to be in the music industry, right? And I know him through that, so I could get him. But I don't like running after people, and I don't like chasing people. I certainly won't pay someone. There are people who pay a lot of money for his services. I mean, it's up to you if you want to do that. You know, I don't really, because I have my own contacts at the football club. You know, I know a couple of people that he knows. You know, so yeah, he'll be on. He'll soon come anyway. He'll be on the channel. You know, he'll be on the channel. Oh, tough challenge there. Morocco coming forward. So, are there any available players you want from Italy? Quite a few, mate. I've said all the ones I would like. Quite a few. Kefrim Turam, I like him. I like Keenan Yildiz a lot. I like him as a player as well. I like Francesco Comanda. If you know, you know. I spoke about him a year ago about potentially being a world-class striker, and he is now. He's got 2 caps for Italy. Here come Weghorst. No, Weghorst hasn't got it. I can't recognize Weghorst from his hair. I can't recognize him from his hair. The financial year is now, so the top red crowd can stop that using that. Exactly, Zayed. Tomorrow, Zayed, my good man. Exactly. Look, what I would say that the part-time accountants, the Glinios gaslighters, that's what they are. We got no excuses. Did you see BBC say, I don't trust BBC what they say, Zayed. It might be true, but I never trusted the BBC in regards to their sources. Tonani is only going to Spurs for money. Reported wage is 275,000 a week. It's true that Vinny Jr. He's close with. He can get that money at Man United. Last gun standing, but he's close to De Zerbi. They're born in the same town. They know each other. That is a big plus. Obviously, the money's big, but they know each other. I don't think Man United are going to. I think Man United. I don't know if they're going to pay that much for him, but he knows De Zerbi. He's close with De Zerbi. They're friends. Get Mark Goldbridge on, would you? I would love to get Mark Goldbridge on. Of course, I would. I've known him for 7 years. We almost worked together a year ago. I almost brought him to Abu Dhabi, Dubai, to do some work, to do a gig, a live show, but it got cancelled. So yeah, I would love to work with him. He should come on this channel. You know, for once. Either of these 2 teams should defeat Canada in the next round of 4. Yes, they would. Would I get Terry Flewers on? Yeah, I've been on Terry's show 3 times. I've been on his channel 3 times, dating back to 2018 all the way to this year. I was on his channel. Yeah, he's a homie. You know, did you know a little bit of fact? We went to the same school together, me and Terry. We went to the same school. Me and Terry, we lived up the street from each other, literally 5 minutes down the road from each other. Did you know that? Always got respect for my latent homies, of course. So ask him about Sal. He'll know you. He'll know you. There's a video on my stream. He talks about me on with Mark Goldbridge. Have a look at it on the short videos. You'll see it. Have a look on the short videos. You'll see Terry Flewers talking about Stretford Post with Mark Goldbridge. Have you applied to work? I don't apply to work for anybody, Zayed. I was in the music industry 20 years. I worked with legends. I worked with platinum selling artists. I work with people I never dreamed I would work. So I don't apply to work with content creators, no. When I'm wanted, I'm there. That's it. You know, Mark needs me one day to cover a stream, then there you go. He's actually an Arsenal fan, ain't Terry saying? I'm not saying nothing. I say nothing. I speak of nothing. You know, I know him. He's a good lad. Bob, do you rate Biodi? Very much, yes. Very good player. You been on the Big Six? Not yet. No. Been on Saeed. Went on Saeed's show a couple of weeks ago. Last ditch. I like Daisha Kamada at United, proving himself at Palace, and he's on a free. That's an easy deal. Is he on a free? Surprised that. He's on a free. Let me give you a story about, look, this could be two things, right? Let me tell you about Arsenal, right? Arsenal are very potent on social media. They're very noisy on social media. So half time and extra time, guys. Half time and extra time, 0-0. 1-1, sorry, still. Half time and extra time. We're waiting for the second half. They're very potent online. It's a very smart business move to be close with Arsenal. I can never do it because I hate Arsenal. I was raised in the time when Arsenal and Man United hated each other. And Arsenal are the only fans that pipe up when something happens to Man United. So I can never love Arsenal. And I think I don't like, I can praise Arsenal. I can say, well played, Arsenal. They did well in that game. Congratulations on winning the league. That's about as far as I get. I can't praise Arsenal like that. It's not in my DNA. I was raised on disliking Arsenal because they hated up Man United. Like I said, being raised in London, we're surrounded by Arsenal fans. My next door neighbor was an Arsenal fan. In my lifetime, guys, I've had one compliment about Man United from an Arsenal fan. One in my lifetime, in my 4 decades of being on this planet. I cannot praise Arsenal like that. That's all I say. That's all I'm saying about that. I love Terry. I think he's a great guy. Gives opportunity to people, and I think that's the most important thing about Terry. Right? He's successful. I applaud him for that. He's done well. As an East London myself, I respect it. Right? Needs to get realer people on his channel. I think there's a couple of clowns on his channel, in my opinion. There is a couple of clowns. But yeah, one with me, I respect him, but I can't gaslight Arsenal like he gaslights Arsenal. I would have to drug myself up immensely to do that. Literally, I'd be off my flipping nut. Basically, not condoning that. It's just an analogy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me just go through. Arsenal are scary. Every day video address. If Arsenal are scary, only people are scared of Arsenal and people are scared of Barney the dinosaur, like I said. Last gun standing. I think he would have stayed if Glasner did, because Glasner bought a commander in from Frankfurt, but I think he'd do well. I think anyone would do well at this moment in time. At the moment, we're getting a little bit desperate. Yeah. There is nothing wrong with disliking Arsenal. There is a lot to dislike there. Historically, yes. It's not Arsenal. I wouldn't say Arsenal. I just want to clarify something. I wouldn't say Arsenal. Arsenal Football Club are a massive football club with a historic institution that have been around for 150 odd years, right? They're much better than Man City. They're much better than all these fabricated clubs, Chelsea and all that. It's the fans. It's the fans that drive me absolutely mad. They are the most arrogant, delusional, misinformed, biased people on the planet in regards to any sporting institution. They are the worst. You know what I mean? We're ready for the second half of extra time, guys. Still 1-1. Who's going to win it? Morocco should have been 2-1 up. They had a massive chance at the beginning. But we're ready to go. We're ready to go for the second half, guys, in extra time. The first of that I'm doing on this channel. The first extra time I'm doing. Guys, who are the clowns? Many of them, Zaid. I'm not going to mention names. I don't do that sort of thing. Not on my channel. If you spoke to me personally, I'll tell you. Big up Lucas Marate. What's going on? If the Netherlands doesn't dare to attack and score a goal, and it does go to penalties, they are 100% certain to lose. Hope they lose if they insist on taking it to penalty shootout. Lucas, I agree with Lucas here, because I don't believe in teams who sit back looking for a penalty shootout, because you deserve everything you get if you take a penalty shootout. You should try and win the game. Morocco are the only team on this pitch today that have been playing football, in my opinion. Ronald Koeman has given us prime, vintage haram ball today. And that's what he's trying to do. Counter-attack his way out of this one. He's doing it now. You know, counter-attack his way out of it. What do you think of Everton getting Hackney? Would you even take him? No, I don't want him, Zayed. No, he's not good enough for Man United. Aiden Hackney is not good enough for Man United. Aiden Hackney is an Everton player. Let's get that straight. That's what it is. He's an Everton player. He's not good enough. He's a championship player. Championship's completely different to the Premier League. Night and day. Let him go to Everton. See what he does. You know? I think France get knocked out on Madrid, knock on Madrid's door and about Tchouaméni because Madrid, after a couple of midfielders, after Vitinha, Enzo Fernandez, and Rodri. Now, those are the three midfielders that are their priority. They've made Tchouaméni and Camavinga available. The fact that Valverde's staying at Real Madrid, it does double down on the fact that Tchouaméni and Camavinga could be leaving the football club, definitely. Chance for Morocco, cleared away again by Holland. I want to see this go to penalties, to be fair. Zayed Hackney's been injured a lot recently. I can't. No, he's not good enough. He's a championship player. I'm not interested in championship. I want players who can come in now and do a job. Tchouaméni, bring him in. That's what I want. You know. I mean, that's what I want. Ballon d'Or written all over him. France always producing talent like that. He's actually produced in England, Jersey. He's English. He raised in England. Lived down the street from me in South London. England developed him, and he played at England youth level. And Gareth Southgate didn't give him a cap. Yeah, he raised in South London. I knew of him from a long time ago. You know, he's not French. I know he's got French in him, but he's English. He raised in England. Nurtured, produced, trained in England. England produced that talent. It was England. We didn't give him the cap. You know? Just like Musiala was raised in England. We didn't give him the cap. Because of Southgate. He would have played for England. Mad. He would have. Trust me. Arsenal started on the other side of the Thames. South London, Woolwich Arsenal, yeah. I used to work down there. I take either Tchouaméni or Camavinga, both really good players, similar, but Camavinga has... Yeah, I wouldn't take an injury-prone player. Camavinga is a good player, but I'll take Tchouaméni because of Camavinga's injuries. That's why, yeah. We can't risk that, to be honest with you. We can't risk that. Camavinga's injuries are mad, you know. So we can't risk that anymore. We got too many injuries, you know. Yeah, just to let you know, Michael Elise was born in Hammersmith, Greater London, White City Hospital. Played for Hayes, played for Arsenal, played for Chelsea, played for City, played for Reading. He's a product of England. And he nearly played for England, but he ended up playing for France. I know he played for France at various levels, but he was born in England and we didn't give him a chance. And that's what England do, you know? Yeah. Do you think Argentina can go back to back? Messi's is a madam right now. The only way Argentina could go back to back is corruption resurfaces, because the first World Cup was corrupt. We all know that. The only thing I'm saying is that I'm looking at some of the decisions that are going Argentina's way, and I am baffled. There is something sinister going on with Argentina. You know, Messi should have been sent off against Algeria with the two-footed challenge. The route to the final, the route to the quarterfinal, at least, is questionable to say the least. You know? Yeah, De Jong's off for Holland. Thought Holland make a couple of changes there. They might be thinking about, you know, penalties now. We've got 10 minutes of this extra time. Same as Haaland. Imagine the attack. Haaland, yeah. Bellingham, Musiala, Elise. England do it to themselves, last man standing, you know? There was a little chance when Elise was playing for Palace that he could have gave Elise a cap. He didn't do it. If he gave Elise a cap, then it would have been history, wouldn't it? England would have had a magnificent team. Absolutely. 10 times better than Saka. you know, and players like that, Madueke and players like that, you know, Elise would have been amazing. I mean, imagine England had Haaland, Bellingham, Musiala, and Elise. Now, I was raised in, I wasn't raised in South London. I lived in a place called Croydon. It's near Crystal Palace, right? I lived there for 3 years. And at that period, Elise was living up the block from me, right? And everyone was talking about this player playing for Crystal Palace. And he used to go there every morning to train, right? Back in the day. Quiet lad. And you can see his talent from back then. He's improved a lot, though. Don't get me wrong. At Bayern Munich, he's gone leaps and bounds. Like, he's been trained brilliantly, you know. He's been trained brilliantly. Man United have good players. Man United have the best number 10 in the world, Bruno Fernandes. It would have been nice to have Elise. I'm not sure about Musiala now. I mean, it's a lot. It's up in the air. I'm not sure about it. I think Elise is just a generation. Gakpo's injured. Gakpo could be coming off. Gakpo could be coming off, guys. He's injured. Kluivert's coming on, of course. Patrick Kluivert, son. Those who know Patrick Kluivert, what a player he was. He was a good player. Bob, I rate Nuke Pass. Yeah, he's going back to Real Madrid, I think. Or I think he might sign a new contract at Como. I rate him. Como have had a fantastic season. I think he's signing a new contract at Como, though, Bob. Como in the Champions League. I think he's going to be signing a new contract there. He's co-owned by Real Madrid as well. Yeah, he probably he might miss the rest of the World Cup. If it's here, I hope not. I hope not. Depending on what happens in this game, they have to get through, of course. Guys, don't forget to join me for Breaking Dawn later on. I've still got a lot to do in regards to finding out the news and stuff. We got about 6 minutes to go of the game, guys, before we hit penalty shootouts. 6 minutes of the game. The Kane to Barca story made me laugh. How is he instantly said no to Barca? Getting desperate for it. I mean, the Kane. I think the ship sailed with Harry Kane. Kane's getting on now, isn't he? Like, is he 32? 31. I think now is the time. I think it's a bit late for them. Yeah, absolutely. Somerville's on the floor. He's on the floor injured. Wasting more time. If you're not injured, get the hell up, because I know he's not injured. There's a little drag on his. That's why he needs shin pads. He's got his. That's why you don't have your bloody socks down, you idiot. I've never agreed with players having their socks down. You get that happens. Where's shin pads, mate? Do I rate Franco Mastantuono? Yes. Just hasn't happened to him at Real Madrid. Everyone was hyping him up. The problem is, Bob, mate, is that when you go to Real Madrid, I think I understand and I respect people who believe in their ability. I just think it's too much of a jump from going for the likes of River Plate to Real Madrid. I think it's too much of a jump. I think what Mastantuono needed to do, he needed to go to a club. I mean, like Man United, for example, where you can build your way up. With Real Madrid, they've got so many players, and it's very difficult to get into that side. Look how long it's taken Arda Güler. Arda Güler is doing well at Real Madrid now, but it took him a while to get going at Real Madrid. I mean, Mastantuono might make it at Real Madrid, but he's going to have to be patient. That's the thing. I rate him highly as a player, really do. I don't like Barca. After what Barca have done with Marcus Rashford, absolute scumbag club. Honestly, don't like them. Fake big club. That's what they are. And I don't like them at all. I prefer Real Madrid than Barcelona. Barcelona are, if you know the historical heritage between Barcelona and Man United, you know what I mean. Between Man United and Real Madrid, the historical heritage between Man United and Real Madrid is far greater than Man United and Barcelona. Barcelona are full of themselves. They really are. They're full of themselves. They had one golden generation, and they live off that. They live off that. Guys, we're edging closer and closer to penalties. Closer and closer to penalties, guys. We're edging closer. Closer and closer than you ever can imagine. Absolutely. We're getting close to penalties, guys. We've got 2 minutes. There we go. We got everyone in the stream, guys, who's stayed with me since 4 in the morning. I've been up, guys. So big up everyone in the stream. Thank you, guys, who's supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. Oh, goodness me, it's tiring. They paid 80 million for Gordon, but claimed they couldn't have Rashford something fishy about all these. I mean, they're gonna sell Gordon within a year. Gordon's not good enough for me. Gordon is not a Barcelona type player, in my opinion. I don't think he is. I think Gordon is a bit of a road runner. You know what I mean? Bob, same with Endrick. Real Madrid buy the best young talent, and yeah, it's Man City are doing something like that similar, and I don't like it. Buying players for the sake of buying players so nobody else buys them. Do you know what I mean? Chelsea purchased that Argentine defender as well that we were linked to. Forgotten his name, but we were linked to him. And they bought him for the sake of buying him and didn't play him. You know what I mean? And I can't stand teams that do that, because I know if Man United sign one of those players, they'll be playing. They might not play every game, but they'll be in the team. They'll play. You know what I mean? Real Madrid sweep up the talent. No, Man City sweep up the talent, so nobody else buys them. Barco's good. He's a decent player. I haven't been linked to him recently. Same Madrid got Rashford on loan. They would buy him if they wanted him to have very good relationship with Madrid. Yeah, if Real Madrid got Rashford, absolutely. Real Madrid got Rashford. Real Madrid would have purchased him. Look at Napoli, right? Rasmus has done okay at Napoli. Okay. It's not absolutely wow, you know what I mean? But he's done okay. They stick to their word and they purchase him. They buy him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Guys, listen, we got literally a few minutes. We'll be getting into transfer news and breaking dawn later. We got like a minute of this game to go before we hit penalties, guys. With second penalty shootout in a row. We don't get any penalties all tournament. Like London buses, 2 come at the same time, guys. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hakimi couldn't keep it in. I do feel Morocco might have a slight advantage, because what happened to them in the African Nations final, they'll be looking to put the wrong right of that game. If you know, you know what happened to them in the African Nations final. No Brahim Diaz this time, though. He's been taken off. But yeah, I mean, I fancy Morocco for these penalties. There's a cut here. Can we just... The game is up. Can we just move it on? Referee, just move up, speed it up. Speedy Gonzalez. Come on, mate. There you go. We got another kit. There you go. All good. Good as new. You got to wipe the blood though, bruv. You got to wipe the blood off your face, man. You got to patch that up, put a little bit of cream on it. Do I rate this World Cup? It's not in my top 10, Bob. I'll be honest. It's not in my top 10. It's not one of my favorite World Cups, but it's been all right. But there's a lot of things I don't like about it, which could have been avoided. But yeah, it's not in my favorite World Cup ever. 1990 World Cup, 1998 World Cup, 2002 World Cup, 2018 World Cup, 2000, were better in my opinion, definitely. I think it's up there, but not in that top category for me. Full time, guys. We're going to penalties. We're going to penalties, guys. It is penalty shootout time. It is full time in this game, and we're going to penalties. Can you believe it? Yeah, we're going to penalties, guys. Let's do this, guys. Let's do it. We are having a penalty shootout. Someone has to win, guys. Someone has to win. Something has to give, of course. Let me just put this. Penalties. We got everyone in the stream, guys. Looking forward to the penalty shootout. Who's going to win? My money's on Morocco, but you never know. It is a 50-50 at the end of the day, isn't it? It is a 50-50. PKs, here we go, guys. The USA think they are going to win the World Cup. They actually do talk a lot. I mean, when they play someone decent, then I'll start judging them. It's a bit like Canada, isn't it? They've got to play someone decent. Morocco, 12, 11, 10. You heard it here first. Big up. I got you. Big up, everyone. Penalty shootouts, guys. We're ready for the penalties. Looking forward to it, guys. It's been a while, isn't it? It's been a while. It's my first penalty shootout of the tournament. You know. Exactly, Greg. Exactly that. I want to be rewarded with a penalty shootout. We have got it. We got it. Was the 1994 World Cup in the USA like the game time? It wasn't this late, Bob. The World Cup in 1994 again was rubbish, in my opinion. Sorry, I didn't like it. England won in it, but for me, the best World Cups were the ones in like 1990 in Italy, 1998 France. Those World Cups. I felt the 2002 World Cup had its moments as well. I thought it was quite good, actually. Didn't like the 2006 World Cup. Didn't like the 2010 World Cup. Didn't like it at all. That was my worst World Cup, was 2010. Didn't like it. It was rubbish, boring. 2014 was a bit crazy, especially it was in Brazil as well in 2014. Wasn't the best, but 98 was my best World Cup ever, in my opinion. I think that was my best World Cup. Guys, come on, guys. It's penalties. What's going on? Who's going to win? Who's going to win this game? They should have won it, Morocco. To be honest, they had the better chances in this game. They did. They should have won this game, to be honest, if you're being real. They had the better chances. But we are on penalties now. Everyone wants Morocco to win now. I think so. I mean, this is a tough game. I mean, penalties are cruel, but Gabriel will know about that. He's an Arsenal player. He'll tell you all about penalties. Just a reminder, guys, to keep you updated. Arsenal against PSG was the last penalty shootout I did. And Arsenal lost that penalty shootout, just to remind you guys, in case you wanted to know that little bit of trivia there. Gabriel kicked it over the bar. Yes. And Arsenal played haram ball, waiting for penalties, and still lost the game. So we are here, guys, for this penalty shootout. It should have been decided on a flip of a coin. It was this 1937. For goodness sake, the flip of a coin. Goodness me, couldn't they? It shouldn't be like, why don't they just shoot that side and that side? Morocco shoot that side, Holland shoot that side. I never got this. I never got this logic. Do you know what I mean? I really did. I've never understood this kind of logic, guys. Come on, you Moroccans. Let's get this win, guys. Let's get it in the bag. Come on. Let's get this in the bag. Penalty shootout here, guys. Another penalty shootout that I'm doing. Who's going to take the first one? I believe it's Holland will be taking the first penalty here. Holland will be taking the first penalty. Who's taking this penalty? It is Holland. But who is? Who's the guy going to be taking that penalty? Bono is in goal for Morocco, of course. Verbruggen's a very good goalkeeper. I would say that in their favour. I would say Verbruggen's a very good goalkeeper. Is that Koop Miners? Going to be taking the penalty for Holland. Here we go. Penalty for Holland. First penalty to be taken. Can he score it? Goal for Holland. First one in. First one in for Holland. It's 1-0 to Holland, guys. Penalty one is in. There's a good penalty from Koop Miners. Very good penalty right into the corner. Very good penalty, guys. Very good penalty. We're into the Morocco now. Morocco taking nervous times. Is it nervous times? Nervous times, isn't it? A little bit of PTSD going on with Morocco, maybe with the Senegal game. You remember that? The Senegal game. Here we go, guys. Penalties. So the number 24 is taking it. Take your time. Don't be nervous. It's one of those things in life. Go on. Over. Awful penalty. Awful penalty, guys. It's over. It's an awful penalty. What the hell was that? He looked nervous. As soon as he was coming up, he looked nervous. Just why didn't he just do a little skip like a Bruno? Do a little skip and doof. Skip and doof. You know what I mean? Do a Bruno, mate. Do a Bruno. Learn from the hero, mate. You don't do that, blast it over the bar. Anyway, is that Somerville? Who's that taking a penalty? That's not Somerville. Who's taking a penalty for Holland? They've missed one. Goalkeeper's needed here. So he's missed it as well. Cliver, I think it was. He's missed it as well. My goodness me. They haven't capitalized on it. My goodness me. He's missed it. A lifeline. A lifeline for Morocco. A lifeline for Morocco. He's missed as well. Can Morocco get back into this? Can they get back into this? Cliver, his dad won't be happy with that one. Definitely not. Cliver missed. Morocco have got a lifeline, but they need to put the ball in the back of the net themselves. That's what they need to do. They need to put the ball in the back of the net themselves. Here we go. Don't miss. Smash that ball into the back of the net. It's a big goal, man. Come on. Saved. In. I can't believe it's gone in. How did he let that one in? He went in. I can't believe it's gone in. My goodness me. 1-1. They've done it. They've equalized in the penalty shootout. I can't believe. Oh, how did he let that through? That's poor from Verbruggen. Oh, my goodness me. It's got, that's poor from Verbruggen. I mean, he jumped over the ball. I mean, the Moroccans will be relieved there. Is it their time, guys? Is it their time back in 99? Is it, guys, is it their time? Weghorst, ex-Man United player. The myth, the man, the legend, Weghorst is coming up for the third penalty for Holland. Here, Netherlands. Weckles. I've never seen him kick a ball before like this, but we're going to see him kick it today. Here we go. I've seen him wrestle. That's about it. Here we go, guys. Goal! Great penalty, Weckles. Great penalty from Weckles. I never doubted him once. Pressure is now on Morocco. Pressure is now on Morocco, guys. It's a good penalty, man. Fantastic strike for the ex-Man United player, of course. Did we doubt him? Absolutely not. Third penalty for Morocco now. They must score. Puts a huge amount of pressure on. I mean, I would have been in the training field practicing penalties every single day. You know what I mean? He's going to hit it in the right corner. Great penalty. Great penalty. Fantastic penalty. 2-2. In a penalty shootout, guys. 2-2. That was a good penalty. Well played. Well played. Now, who's taking this penalty? Fourth attempt now. I don't like it. It must be so nerve-wracking for them. So I get nervous even though it's not my team. You know, here we go. Oh my goodness, that's one of the worst penalties I've ever seen. Wow. That was one of the worst penalties I have ever seen. The goalkeeper didn't even move. Wow, that was an awful penalty. Big chance now for Morocco, guys. Big chance for Morocco. Which is basically, if they score this Morocco, it's games, is match point, really, isn't it? But they have to score it. Hakimi, probably their best striker of the ball, will be taking a penalty. And he's missed. He's missed as well. I can't believe this. I think it might be right. I think this is going to be 11-10 on penalties. I can't believe this. He's missed. And a lifeline. A lifeline for Holland. A lifeline. I think Holland are going to win this. I just got a feeling. I think Holland are going to win. I don't know, but just got this feeling. I don't think Morocco are capitalizing. Hakimi's one of the best strikers of the ball you could find. I mean, he's missed on the hit the post. This is probably the worst penalty shootout I've ever seen. I'll be honest. Is it Somerville? Be taking the penalty for the Dutch. Of the 5 penalties. Here we go. Oh my goodness, he hit the crossbar. He's missed as well. This is the worst penalty shootout I've ever seen. Oh my goodness me, he's hit the crossbar. It's match point for Morocco. It's match point for Morocco, guys. Match point. Did he save it? What a poor penalty. I've never seen a poor penalties like this. It was a save. Match point for Morocco. Are they going to... Listen, let Masrouri take it. He'll bury it. That's what they should do. Come on. Match point for Morocco. Wow. Goal! Morocco have won! Goal! Morocco have won! No, Morocco have knocked out Holland out of the World Cup. They win on penalty shootout by 3-2, guys. Unbelievable. Morocco have knocked out Holland out of the World Cup. And Morocco, some may say deservedly so, go through to the next round, to the last 16. Goodbye, one of the favourites, Holland. Another disappointing tournament for Holland. They will not be winning the World Cup again. No matter how well they've done in this tournament. It's over for them now. Sad. I'm sorry for Holland. I like Holland. I want them to do well. But you know what? In this game again, they did not play well. I'll be honest, guys. They did not play well in this game. Heartbreaking. But football did win, like Bob says today. I think football did win today. I think, you know, Morocco were the only team that went out there trying to play today. They're the only team that went out there trying to win. You know? And fair play to Morocco. Absolutely fair play to them. Unlucky to Holland, but I didn't think they had a good game today. Absolutely not. You know, absolutely not. So it's sad, but that is football. That is football. Not much support, very subdued support, but, you know, congratulations to Morocco. Big up Morocco. Big up the Moroccans, of course. Another African team. This is amazing. Big up Moroccan. You know, brilliant. Love it. Perfect. Love it. Great show. Big up everyone. Congratulations to Morocco. And guys, Holland, you got to learn. You got to learn. You know, don't play for draws and things like that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. It wasn't quite 12-11. Maybe not 10. I mean, the penalties weren't that good. To be honest with you, they were some of the worst penalties I've ever seen in my life. But it is Morocco that go through. Let's not forget Morocco did well the last World Cup as well. Let's not forget that as well. That old chestnut. They did do well the last World Cup, of course, guys. Absolutely. Wow. What a game. And guys, Morocco go through to the last 16, guys. The last 16, they go through. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations to them, guys. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I will see you on Breaking Dawn in about a couple of hours, guys, with the latest Man United news. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me today, and take it easy, guys. Enjoyed that. Really good. Take it easy. See you in a bit. Peace.